Heyo! Welcome to Jammin' on Comics with Krisis and Freddie. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good to see you. I wasn't sure I'd be on the air because we had Thor riding the lightning and thunder through my valley here, and but it seems to not be. Boy, I hate it when you get like 19 blaring warnings that the apocalypse is coming, and you're on edge. Well, actually, I don't hate it because it was just like thunder.
Is it your phone? Does it like bleep?
Oh, and Alexa, she goes off. My phone goes off on 5 different channels. Yeah.
Does Alexa talk to you? She's like, "You're in danger, Omnidog."
That's exactly what she does. Yes. So apparently everything's cool and we can play the game F, Marry, Kill, although we have it listed as Kiss, Marry, Kill. It's interesting that you were worried about the letter F and not the word kill.
I mean, it's your first 90 seconds. You know, YouTube really gets aggressive about what words you say in the first 90 seconds, because I think that's what auto plays for a lot of people.
We just passed the 90-second mark, so let's hope that I got it in.
Yeah, I was like, well, then, like, I was like, what should it be? Like, kiss, marry, destroy. On my channel, when I used to do it just for comics, I did shelve, store, or sell, with the idea that, like, the shelve is like pretty and it's gratifying, but like store means like I want it forever. I want to always be able to, like, you know, get it out of the stacks. And then sell is, you know, bye-bye. So somewhere in the middle lies kiss, betrothed, destroy, whatever is YouTube safe.
Yeah,
or F. Scott Fitzgerald. This is a good one. F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah, we're just talking about F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah.
That's all.
What's interesting
What is the A?
What up, Jaggernaut? Good to see you from the Great White North. Chris is getting all those warnings that I was just getting. Harvey yelling at us. Thank you, Harvey, for yelling. Yeah, no, it's not a family show. You're here, Harvey. You don't have a family.
Wow.
Wayne here. Hi, lovely people. Don't usually catch the stream, but are happy to be here. Good to have you here, Logan, ringing us from the UK, and then
which makes it even more impressive that he catches my show, which is also at like midnight in the UK, and he's a quite a faithful viewer for me.
Hi, Omnibus here. Kiss Krisis, Mary Jess. Ooh, sorry, Freddie. That's personal. My world clock. Let's see. So it's 10 a.m. where you are, Krisis, right?
Yes.
10:08. Okay. So it's either 8:08 or 8:08. Oh, Melbourne and Brisbane have the same time right now. I guess since London. I guess I was looking right at the time in London where it is 11:08. But where Belgian Ellen is, wait, I just saw Belgian Ellen. Where are you, Belgian?
I just said hi to her. Yeah, I learned so much good Ellen lore this week. Ellen likes comics and Cedric likes manga, and the cats are named Aurora and I know the other one's not just Monroe. I forget, but the fluffy one's named Aurora. I forget what the calico one is named.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. Where she is, it looks like it's just past midnight, I believe.
Yeah. Jess, you don't know the names of all the pets of your viewers?
I don't think she's ever told me. I'll blame her, of course. I did know that about the comics and the manga.
Okay.
But I did not know that. I don't even know Pity Ma's dogs' names.
I don't know Pity Ma's dog's name. I only can keep people distinct if I have a whole like layer cake of little mnemonic devices about like why did they pick their profile, what's in the profile. But that's how if I just see the names, people kind of like fade for me. I'm always like that. It's not just about YouTube commenters. I'm like that in comic books. I'm like that with people I met in grade school. I just need like a stack of associations so that they stick in my brain. And so I'm always trying to add like a little bit more context so that it gets stickier for me.
Omnibo was actually first. Nice.
He was, yeah.
Garnet just saw Superman.
Nice.
It's out there in the world now.
That's right.
No
Happy
spoilers.
Superman Day, folks. No spoilers. Cycle yelling that he's going to see Superman on Friday, and exactly where in Cleveland. He'll be wearing a 1-of-1 Charles Byrne t-shirt and brown shorts, probably. Hit me up. Okay, that's a risky offer,
Never
but
mind.
go ahead.
I was going to say something off color, and I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Yeah, Javi's here. What up? So let's see. So yeah. 808. Yes.
Yeah.
Loyalty or creature of habit? You decide.
Jess, you're the manga expert. Can you tell me
how can I help you?
Can you tell me where All Might is from?
All Might? Oh, that Javi just mentioned?
Yeah.
My Hero Academia.
Boom! Look at that.
Wait, a manga I've actually read. One of the rare few.
I actually did try and read that too. I did pick up. I do remember All Might. Wow.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
No, don't do that. They're expensive.
Yeah. Doc wants to know, is this the show where we have to choose which host to FMK? Yeah. Bo already did it. Mm-hmm. And Freddie's by the side of the road now.
I mean, here's my official recommendation. I think you obviously marry Omnidog because that's the choice. I think you kiss Freddie because how could you resist? And you just kill me because I don't want to interact with other living human beings. I don't like leaving the house.
Wait, that's
so I don't want to kiss anybody or marry anybody. So if you really want to honor our wishes, you want that makeout session to be with Freddie. That's my personal take on it.
I want KMM. No, not M. I want to be K too. KKM. I want to be
careful with the K's. One more and it turns into a totally different thing.
Yeah, right. Jaggernaut has a question. Question. If I was only to have one Wonder Woman Omni, could Rucka Volume 1 be it? Oh, I thought you were going to ask which Rucka.
Well, I mean, this is a perfect introduction to Kiss, Marry, Kill. Wonder Woman Omnis, right? So we got Rucka, Perez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Simone.
And I don't know, what would you say a third one could be? It could be
Simone, New 52.
Simone? That's good, because I was going to pull out this one, but this is like a totally different era.
No, that one's
we can kill that one. That's the one that should
trigger,
be.
Jess.
Get rid of her.
All right, Rucka, Perez, Simone, Kiss, Marry, Kill, Wonder Woman Omnibuses, go.
I'm gonna be the jerk here because I didn't get into Perez's Wonder Woman as much as everybody else did. That's a me problem. I acknowledge how awesome George Perez is, and in everything, writing, drawing, being a person, he was awesome.
Yes.
I didn't connect with that Wonder Woman run. I'd love to give it another chance, so that's going to be my K. I would marry Gail Simone's Wonder Woman.
Okay.
That sounds very weird.
Say Shell, Reed, Sal.
And I would make out heavily with Greg Rucka's Wonder Woman.
I think I would also make out with... I would kiss Greg Rucka's Wonder Woman, which for me in this context means like I would read it right now. I would devour it. I would rub it all over my body. I would linger on every page, and then never get to access it ever again. Right? Because that's what it means in the scope of this game. I would marry George Perez Wonder Woman because to me that is Wonder Woman. That is the foundational pillar of what Wonder Woman is, and I've read it many times, so I want to keep reading it more in the future. But no rubbing it on my body. And then I guess that means I have to dispose of Gail Simone's Wonder Woman, which is a good run. I have part of it on my shelf right behind me. But I can't give up the other two.
Okay. Well, Cliff is here, so I'm obligated to mention that George Perez is Puerto Rican. So, wow, Jess, I didn't take you for that. No, but
I think I'm being racist.
I didn't say that. You said it.
Racist Jess right at the 10-minute mark.
Just hates Puerto Ricans right at the beginning.
Oh, wow.
He represents all Hispanics except us.
Except you pesky Puerto Ricans, man.
We have it too good. Okay, so no. And after I say that, I'm gonna say I'm gonna kill Perez. Just
No!
A self-hating Puerto Rican.
Just because I know myself, that era, I don't know. I wouldn't be that into it. I do own the Rucka stuff in paperback, so I would keep those, and then I would read Simone's.
So wait, which one was your kiss, Simone or Rucka?
Simone.
Okay, brief dalliance with Simone Wonder Woman. There you go, Jaggernaut. You have our opinions on which ones to marry and which ones to kiss. I knew this would be fun.
This is great.
Also, Omnidog, I really like your shirt. What are the little glyphs on your shirt?
Oh.
These
Are they little superheroes or something?
Yeah, they're little Avengers.
Oh, now I love it even more. I want it.
This is
I love it.
Let's see. This is Hawkeye. This is Rocket, Raccoon. Hawkeye, Rocket. Let's see. Down here's Captain America. Okay, wait.
Make sure you're buttoned up. We don't need any nip slips.
See, I'm all buttoned up.
Okay.
Captain America.
I think I see Wanda, maybe?
Yeah, Wanda's on here. Let's see.
Or maybe it's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, here's Iron Man. Like right there.
Cool.
I thought he was
Iron
Human
Man
Torch
there.
for a second.
No, I don't think he is an Avenger. I have to admit, my Avenger knowledge is not great, but
No,
and
he was.
I mean, Rocket Raccoon made it on there, so...
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. It must be from Endgame or something.
There's Loki.
Okay.
Yeah. I know Wanda is on this, but I'm not sure where she is right now.
I thought she was that pinkish one up near your collar.
Right there.
Yeah, there she
there
is.
you go.
There she is.
Oh,
So there's a
nice.
bunch.
Very cool.
Thank you for noticing.
It's
Fun.
so I like the color, and I love that it almost looks like a polo shirt pattern. But I was like, I knew it wasn't just like a polo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super hot. So I put on my lightest weight shirt, and these Roosevelt shirts are my lightest weight ones.
Fun fact: Human Torch was the last Fantastic Four to join the Avengers.
Was he really? He was the last original Fantastic Four member.
Wait, so
I
all
guess.
the Fantastic Four members have been members of the Avengers?
Yes.
Yeah, mostly in different teams.
And then I realized that it wasn't just Avengers. It was like the MCU.
Okay, that's cool though.
Yeah, because it's got and here's Birdman or whatever. Falcon.
Birdman.
There he is.
Yeah.
The current Captain America.
Nice, Sam Wilson.
Yeah. Although who's this? I can't really see.
Well, it looks like you've got some powdered donut on there as well. I don't know if that's actually part of the print.
Who is that?
Wolverine.
Is that Wolvie?
Maybe. He kind of looks like he's like when he's crouched and he's got the club. But why would he be on an MCU? Oh, Black Panther. It's Black Panther.
Okay.
T'Challa.
Really get my back bent to show that one. Oh, Mr. Awesome going there already. F. Mary Jane, Mary Gwen, kill Aunt May. Wow.
Controversial. People on my stream love Aunt May. In the new Amazing Spider-Man run, Joe Kelly is writing Aunt May really well, and I had a whole Aunt May fan brigade talking about how she's their favorite part of the new run when I was talking about it the other day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Aunt
that's
May
cool.
having a resurgence. I think you're going to dig the new run. It's very fun Spider-Man. Much more fun than it's been in years.
Okay,
Finally
good.
justifying why she's still alive.
Here's one kiwi, two kiwis, three kiwis.
Ooh.
Nice. Here's the answer. The calico is Aurora. The striped one is Falco, after the
Falco, that was the other one.
Austrian singer. And I have two other cats. Kuro, Japanese for black,
Ah,
and Dio, after Ronnie James Dio, the metal singer.
nice.
Oh, yeah, you were Ann Nocenti's legs. That's not a rumor. That's fact. Justice Pro. You should send that to me in Discord. My last profile changed for a while. As my old phone died, I can't Photoshop on this one yet. But it's got wow. 2 different Jesses. Earth 2 Jess and Earth 1 Jess. That's a great one, Matt. Rami's here. Good to see you, Rami.
Nice. Okay, so I do have one for you both. Okay, so F, marry, kill. Harvey Picar's ghost, Psycho Cleveland, and Anna Senti's legs.
No, hold on. I don't want to get into this with our esteemed commenters. We're talking about dedicating our Jess is ready.
I'm like, let's go.
And whoever Jess kills you will be banned.
Harvey Picar. Dead. Cliff's on his way to see Superman. Nice little flex on his way to see it. Nice. I hope you love it. Ironically, that makes Krisis perfect marriage material because I don't like leaving the house either. Okay, wait. What evolution are we talking about here? Hey, Samantha, looking forward to evolution. Is
it wrestling? My first guess would be wrestling.
Oh, it must be wrestling. You're right. I wish I was more excited. To be honest, I'm sure the women are going to kill it, but man, have they been screwed over. Okay, it's sorry. I forget to think in wrestling terms when everybody's in the chat. I think half of the people, or maybe all the people, are into wrestling too. What up, CNSS? Azarello, WW Omnibus is great. It's like an Ultimate Universe version of her.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the only reason it bugs me is it is ostensibly in continuity so much as anything from the New 52 is, but it actually feels like it could have just been like a test run for Absolute Wonder Woman. It's a very different Wonder Woman, different tone, and it doesn't not agree with continuity. Oh, pardon me, but I think tonally, I think it feels like an alternate Wonder Woman, and in that capacity, I enjoy it. It's hard to square it with the Wonder Woman I love that's like Perez and Rucka and all that.
I have an answer to this. Favorite Cliff Chiang work? I will say Catwoman Lonely City. Not only did he draw it awesomely, he wrote it awesomely. That is one of my favorite Black Label books of whenever it came out.
Okay.
So I even where was it? Oh, Baltimore. I think I bought the issues so he would sign them free. Otherwise, he was going to charge. This is how dumb I am. I'm like, wait, he's going to charge $20 to sign my Black Label book? Forget it. I'll just spend $30 on the issues and have him sign them for free. So yeah, he was a very nice guy though.
Right, but that way you got 3 signatures, right?
That's true, yeah. And I don't collect singles, as you know, Freddie.
Oh, not at all. We don't have to update that at all.
No.
Because we made it very clear.
Right.
But Cliff Chiang, that's a good one. Okay. There's Paper Girls, there's his Wonder Woman, and Catwoman. I'm gonna go Paper Girls.
What about Paper Girls?
Like, I'm gonna go. That's my favorite.
Okay. I that's right. He didn't ask us to F, marry, kill. So okay.
No. But I did name 3, just in case anyone wanted to.
Just in case anyone wanted to
play the game.
Yeah, sure.
Krisis,
any opinions, or are we moving on?
He's not my favorite artist, so if I had to pick between Freddie's 3, I don't. Paper Girls is interesting because it does reward rereading because it kind of like circles back on itself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Catwoman, and Wonder Woman is my favorite character, so that's hard. I think I would kiss Catwoman because I don't know if I've ever read that before, so I think I would just like enjoy it once. I think I would keep or marry Wonder Woman because it's Wonder Woman. And unfortunately, Paper Girls, which I do enjoy and which I have read, I think I would have to kill because I don't see it for us in the long term. I don't think we're gonna stay together. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah. We're not gonna stay together.
I am heavily influenced though by the very beautiful hardcovers though.
For Paper Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Cliff, marry George, kiss Rucka, and sadly kill Gales. Okay.
Okay.
I think that was the same thing I said, Cliff.
F. Simone, marry Rucka. He's killing Perez also.
It seems like some people just are not. They're like 80s, whatever, next. And which, I get it. I have eras that I'm like that too.
I mean, I read a lot of that era. It's just very particular.
Yeah. I am jealous of you, Ellen, that you got to meet George Perez. He was on my bucket list. I was going to see him in Baltimore, I think 2019, and that is when he had to pull back and stop going to cons, and then I didn't get back. I don't think he went to any more cons after that, and then sadly he passed. If there's anything funnier than seeing George Perez holding at a con, he's posing for a picture, crying over the cosplayer Supergirl in his arms as he's holding her like the famous cover. And then he's the Supergirl in another
seen that one.
while some other guy holds him. To me, that is probably that's got to be somebody. That person's great because he's got a sense of humor like that.
Yeah.
He's got to be a great guy. I'm really bummed I didn't get a chance to meet him.
I have the picture.
Yeah, see, that's just great.
That's amazing.
Do you have the one of how somebody's holding him up?
Yeah, I just found it. There we go.
That's so
Superman's holding him up. That is a great guy. Gosh darn it. I'm so sorry I missed meeting him. Those pictures will live on forever. That's awesome.
Those are great.
Okay, Harvey, I don't think I'm going to show that one at 6:16, but thank you for the vote of confidence on that part of my body. Don't kill me. I haven't read any Wonder Woman, but I want to get Ruckus Run and have Simone's on the stack to read.
Hey, Fifth of Jack.
What up, Fifth of Jack? Perez's Wonder Woman was too solemn in tone for my taste. Maybe
that is very fair. It is very solemn for at least the first 30 issues, if not more.
You're welcome, Jaggernaut. Thank you, Jaggernaut. Yeah, and this is where I got it. Thank you, James. I don't know if they still have it, though. I got this many moons ago. Risvolts. Yeah, that's actually how it looks like. Risvolts. Risvolts. Hit what? No, come on. Yeah, he does.
That's all I think about is donuts. I discovered that the local grocery store here close to me bakes their own donuts, and then I went to another one of that chain thinking, oh, the whole chain bakes them, but no, they just have like shipped in donuts, and they are legitimately the best donuts I've had in my life. I've had many gourmet donuts. I've had a Krispy Kreme. I've had a Dunkin' Donut. I went to this little donut shop on the side of the road in rural Vermont that had maple bacon donuts. I've had a lot of donuts, but unfortunately for my physique, my favorite donuts I've ever tasted are this local supermarket that has their own bakery department. They do ube donuts. They do a strawberry cream donut. It's just, I can't. So I'm always thinking about donuts. I actually dream sometimes, some people dream about like they can't find their classes in high school or they're like looking for that one. I just dream of eating donuts. I'm sure Freud would have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, I love it though. Krisis convinced me. FAMA. Right. I think we might be talking Marissa Tomei Aunt May, but it sounds like we're talking Joe Kelly Aunt May that everybody loves.
Drawn really well by Pepe Larraz, right? So the art's so good.
I love his art.
Yeah.
What's up, Safar? Safar, thank you for the super chat. Just do you recommend the Supergirl New 52? No, I do not.
Okay.
Oh, you like New 52 Suicide Squad? Okay, now we can talk because New 52 Suicide Squad is about as good as New 52 Supergirl, meaning that I'm the only one that is going to like it. The rest of the world won't, because it's just okay, really, so far. But if you like New 52 Suicide Squad, I personally, and I know that I saw its faults as I read it, and I still couldn't help but really dig it. I even put a disclaimer on the overview I did that Nate Burkholz gave me, that this video contains unorthodox positive thoughts. Because it's a recommendation with a big asterisk, and probably same for Supergirl. I like it because I fondly remembered New 52 as what really got me back into pulling comics. But if you just want a good Supergirl run, there's plenty of
tell us.
Peter David's is probably the one that I would mostly go to.
See, I think that New 52 Supergirl run starts really strong, and it has really good art at the beginning. I think it's Mahmoud Asrar launches it.
Yeah.
I remember really liking the first arc and being like, all right, this is a cool, and then it kind of is like, whatever. I feel like with Supergirl, DC often in a post Peter David world has the challenge of not knowing how to consistently write her. Like, somebody will come on with one good idea. She's trapped in a bottle. She's coming back to Earth. She's angry, whatever. And then they get to the second arc and they're just out. And then it kind of meanders. I feel like I've experienced that on a few Supergirl runs to this point. And it's a character I really enjoy. But it's really hard to get one big omnibus of consistency other than Peter David, which to me makes it absolutely frigging wild that they did that New 52 omnibus before Peter David omnibus. It's just crazy talk. Why would you not make your first Supergirl modern omnibus the Peter David omnibus? I don't know.
And I don't know. I don't know, since I don't have the Supergirl in front of me. Although I could go to comic releases and find out the issues, I don't know if the omnibus is going to contain the Red Lanterns run, where Supergirl's a Red Lantern, because that's the most interesting Supergirl ever. So I might steer you towards Red Lanterns, because I like that all the way through, and I think a lot of other people do too. They especially like the second half with Charles Soule's writing, and especially like the Supergirl becoming a Red Lantern. That was great. So if you like the New 52 Suicide Squad, you might like New Supergirl, but I can't be positive. Maybe when Supergirl comes in, I'll do an overview, and I'll also read that as fast as I did Suicide Squad, which is like just sitting down in the morning and not getting up till I'm done. And then I can give you better ideas so far.
Yeah, but just if people wanted to buy those unorthodox positive opinion books of yours, where could they get those?
Well, I think maybe Krisis can tell us that there's a place to go for things like well-packed, well-shipped, well-chosen, well-priced collected editions.
Well, geez, I've got to do better than that now. Well, folks, you have a lot of places, especially if you live in the States, to choose to order your books, especially your big books like Omnibus. And one of the things you have to think about is, are they being packaged carefully? And kind of also, are the people who are ordering them and keeping them in the warehouse and shipping them big fans like you? Do they look for the crushed quarters and the spines the way that you do? And do they just love the books, right? Because there's a lot of businesses that you could frequent. And so somebody that we know, we've all personally chatted with in various groups over the years, are the folks behind Organic Price Books. And they fulfill all of those, and they fulfill books pretty securely and pretty quickly as well. So if you want to order your books from them, you can use the code Omnidog, all one word, and to get a discount, and if you want 5% off shipping 4 or more books together, you would use Omnidog SIT, all one word, as well. Now, Omnidog, can they combine those offers, or is it one or the other?
You can combine
They can
them.
combine. All right.
Yeah.
So you say Omnidog to call Omnidog closer, and then when he gets to you, go Omnidog SIT, and that's how you remember what to put in your order.
Yeah, just remember me. Boy, you guys are good. Thank you both for that. I would have forgotten it. And I'm going to use I think that if there's an Omni coming out or a hardcover coming out in the future, if you go to like comic releases and you see something that's going to be coming out and you really, really want it, I know you can't pre-order on some sites, but you can pre-order on Organic Prize Books, and that's the case with Tomb Raider, the collection that just came out last week.
People sold out already.
Yeah, the people that pre-ordered it got it, but it sold out in minutes, and I can't tell you what book is going to sell out or not. But I can tell you that if you can at all pre-order it because you really, really want it, you probably should.
It feels like, especially with everything going on with Diamond, with everything going on with the economy, the looming threat of tariffs, and I know books frequently aren't tariffed, but other parts of the supply chain are. Comic publishers are printing print runs closer to what they know they can move right away. They don't want to keep them on their shelves. They don't want to rely on distributors to keep them on their shelves. They want to print a book and move it. And so that's what creates instant sellouts, right? There's two things that create instant sellouts. One is unexpected demand, and that certainly happens sometimes, but that's much more of a singles thing. It's unexpected demand tends to only sell out do a day one sellout on a collected edition if that character suddenly got very, very hot in the period after it was solicited.
Yeah.
But usually an instant sellout on a collected edition means they just printed pretty close to the bone.
Oh, well, that's a good point. That Very Fine Condition is saying that that's what they are printing to now is what the pre-orders are. And so sometimes you'll be okay that pre-orders, there's enough left over. But sometimes, like with Transmet Volume 3, that also sold out right away.
And especially if you want DM covers almost are being printed to order at this point. Like, it's exactly what the direct market pre-orders of them. There are not extras floating around at all. So if you like to get DM covers or there's a certain one that you like, please pre-order, y'all. We make no money from saying that. You could go to Organic Price Books, but we just want you to have the collections that you want. And it's getting hard out there. It's kind of like it was at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 where like books are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I had forgotten that Very Fine had mentioned that they're printing to exact what pre-orders are. So, because I thought Absolute Promethea Volume 1 would sell out because that book had been out of print for so long. No, I think you can still get it. And so I don't know what's going to sell out and what's not. I didn't know Tomb Raider well enough to say that it was going to sell out, but
yeah, that one shocked me. I mean, I know it's popular and I know it hasn't been in print in a good way for a long while, but it's also a big, expensive book. But I think we forget that video game people are used to spending $70 or $80 for their product that, that's a price point they're already comfortable with, as opposed to like movie people or even toy people. So when there's a video game book collected and it's like a library edition or something, that's a very reasonable price point to somebody who plays video games.
Okay. Plus you're pulling in an extra group besides comic book fans.
Or outside the market.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Which is why that's why it surprises me that they printed it so close, though, because Tomb Raider does have a big market outside of comics and does have people who wouldn't know about pre-ordering a DM but would buy it off of the shelf. So I think that surprised me too.
Agree. German Bozo site had DC Finest books for $7 and $10 in the past few days. Ooh, even the complete Kabuki for $15. Wow.
I would get that.
Oh, wait. Okay, bucks. So bucks is in US, unless you guys call euros bucks.
Well, even still, it's 15 is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know Iron Sheik from the Howard Stern show in 2006. So
I think I saw Hulk Hogan fight Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter when Sergeant Slaughter was in his heel turn live. I think I saw them live in Philadelphia at the old Spectrum.
Wow. You might want to go on social media. Yeah, into hiding for social media. I understand that. The big risk for me, Doc, is that I'll see somebody saying something in the chat. Otherwise, I don't go on social media very often. So I hope I don't get any spoilers.
Yeah, they were very good about spoilers up until Thunderbolts, which was honestly spoiled by the very same people that should have tried to prevent the spoiler.
You mean Marvel?
Yeah.
Marvel spoiled their own thing. I'm glad I saw it early before they spoiled it.
Well, that was a fun marketing twist, though. How often do movies pivot their marketing like that? I don't know. I thought that was fun, but I am fully spoiled in every comic book movie as soon as the spoiler breaks. I just like spoilers. It helps lessen my anxiety. I get a lot of it. Like, I think in reading a story or watching a show, I get a little anxious, which can be fun sometimes, but I don't want to use that much like adrenaline on every single thing I consume. So I am always fully spoiled on like Marvel movies, DC superhero movies. I always know the whole plot before it even comes out.
I guess it's out here today. Cliff's going to see it, and he's in the U.S.
I feel like we usually get things a day early here, Samantha.
I feel like you guys get things almost a week early, or like Max is always saying, I just went to see blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that hasn't come out here yet. And I don't think
Max is from almost as far from New Zealand as you can get on the globe, right, Jeff?
Well, I'm just saying that the U.S. is like the last place that gets it.
But Max is also special. He has like screeners and stuff. Like
Max is part of this crazy club that he gets. He just gets to go to the movie theater all day. There's a cot for him there and an IV drip of liquid to keep him hydrated.
Yeah, they all wear hoods, and then they have massive orgies. It's his film.
Yeah, it's kind of like Eyes Wide Shut as like a cosplay thing. It's really
Max. I had no idea.
And then he gets plushies from his movie theaters.
Max is gonna rewatch this.
He's gonna be
How did my name get dragged into this?
He's like, oh, I feel like I've lived a full life now.
Rami just discovered Lazarus. Nice. It's super nice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to break the plastic on my number 1 while we're talking. Or my number 4. I have 1 through 3 right here to reread. Yeah.
Nice.
I know. There's so much that just came out. And Lazarus should have been read already by me. But Rami, you're extremely lucky that now you'll have 4 to reread for years until number 5 comes out and wraps it up. But
yeah, and the first issue hasn't even come out. I think it's in the next or maybe it just did a couple of weeks. I'm 4 weeks behind on Pulse still.
Yeah,
so maybe
it may have
come
come
out in the last
out.
4 weeks. Yeah,
it's so good, so good.
I have a new favorite right now. I know this is not our topic, but what is really?
Go for it.
I forget if I tried to get you onto it, but I finally caught up and I decided I love it that much. Kaya by Wes Craig, who drew Deadly Class with Rick Remender. It's from Image. It's pretty much a regular monthly book. He just does a skip month every so often. Kaya. It's so good.
Good.
Extraordinarily good. It has similar themes in a way to Saga, but it's not like Saga at all. It's about this girl and her brother, and they're the last surviving humans after the robots wipe out their royal family. So kind of like Saga in that way. And supposedly the boy is the golden child, and he's going to do something to spark the return of the human race or bring humans out of hiding or something. It's not super, super clear. So he's kind of a chosen one. But then she's also a chosen one because she has this hulking metal arm that is like super, super powerful and can beat can be the one thing that would like vanquish the robots or defend them. But like she doesn't super believe that he's the golden child, and he doesn't even believe it himself at first. And it's about their adventures through this world. They're just orphans, so there's no really adult figures at all. And as they're trying to find their way through this world, evade capture by the robots, make allies and with lizards and mutants and things in this world, and they're kind of just on an adventure. It's got shades of Bone, major Bone vibes. It's got major Saga vibes. It reminds me of Chris Samney's, what was it, Jonna the something girl? It's like a little...
Jonna and the Unstoppable
Yeah, it reminds
Monsters.
me of that. And the art from Wes Craig is just astounding. And it's not just an art book. Like, the writing is really, really good. And he's writing it himself. And I forget the colorist's name off the top of my head. I know Android Design does the letters. But the colors are just eye-popping. I binged about 12 issues of it this weekend because I had been just doing it a couple issues at a time, and I finally want to be caught up. But I mention it because it's it just gives me a similar vibe to Lazarus, where he has such a fully imagined world and all these factions are fully developed, and it just feels like you could just dive in and go to any corner and he knows exactly what it would be about. But then the character is so compelling that you like don't want to go away from the character and find out other parts of the world. So it reminds me of Saga and Lazarus a lot in that way. I think it's like might be like an all-time top 10 for me. It's that good.
Oh,
I
wow.
really love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
I
looks
hope
really
it comes
good.
out in hardcovers. Right now it's just trades.
Okay,
Yeah,
it is trades. Okay.
Yeah.
But Jess, you would like it. It's very up your alley. Kind of like kids on like a wide-eyed adventure where like there's dangers at every turn. I just think you would really dig it.
I'm excited. I will to guarantee your hardcover, I will buy the trades.
Good luck finding volume 1. I don't know about that one. 2 through 4 are still in stock.
Oh. Well, to clear the Handalorian's doubts, the credited creators are Wes Craig, Wordy, and Underworld.
Yeah, Jason Wordy is the colors.
Yeah.
The colors are so good.
What is Hondo?
Oh, he's asking not Rick Remender. No, not Rick Remender.
No. No, and that's the thing. I was talking about this on my stream this week. It would have been so easy for Wes Craig just to do another Rick Remender book, or to do a book that was set in a very urban environment like Deadly Class, to do something really familiar. But or to pair with another big writer, do something, with Jason Aaron or something. But he had this vision for this character that he wanted to tell. And it's actually one of the longest running books at Image right now. It's up to issue 27 as of a couple weeks ago. 28, I think, is this week. So like he says he thinks he's going to make it to his full 8 arcs. So it's going to run like 40 to 50 issues. I love seeing an indie creator take a chance. He's not known for that. He's not a big name for this kind of story. And to make it, he's like in a world where Local Man only made it 15 issues. Somehow Wes Craig has figured out the formula and he's going to get to tell this whole story. And I have so much respect and admiration for that.
Book 1 is still available on the Bozo site.
Oh, all right.
Here.
Well, tap that bozo.
Well, thank you for your sacrifice, Jess. I'm going to wait.
I got it from
beautiful.
the library for Kid Krisis to read. So
I can't wait till this discussion turns to Grant Morrison books. Oh, speaking of that, I need to go. I don't actually. Do I have my choices already? Oh, okay. Yeah, I have my choices already.
all right, I have a Kiss, Marry, Kill specifically for Jess. I'm interested in Freddie's opinion too.
Okay.
But this one I designed specifically for Jess. Jess, these are 3 of the highest selling albums of the 1970s.
Ooh.
Kiss, Marry, Kill. Eagles, Hotel California. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Carole King, Tapestry.
Ooh, wow.
This is what made me want to do this topic, because I was like, I need to hear Jess make this decision.
Well, those were all a major part of my life, as you might imagine, in the 70s. I think I'm okay. Wait, if I have to marry Tapestry by Carole King. I got that album as like a 12-year-old back in 1971, I think, and just played the heck out of it. I loved everything on it. I'm probably gonna F or kiss and make out with Hotel California.
One time only. One time engagement. Last time you're ever going to get to make out with it.
Okay, well, at least I have a parting affair with it before. And Rumors just got played to death all over the place, so that eventually I was really tired of it, and I don't even know that I bought the album. I can fully admit how great it was, but it was so hooky and so radio friendly that I heard like half the album 24 hours a day, it felt like. So I'm going to let that go by the wayside, even though I admit that those Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie Nicks, the addition of those two is what really propelled Fleetwood Mac into the stratosphere. But
it's interesting. I've heard that same thing from a lot of my friends who were alive for 70s radio, to say like, look, I love Rumors, but it was so inescapable that it already can play on a loop in my head. I don't need to own the record anymore. But I didn't, I know those songs from the radio, but they weren't glam rock enough for my family to be spinning on vinyl a lot. So I came to Fleetwood Mac, and hearing the whole album, and some of like the B-sidey stuff, like Secondhand News, I didn't hear until I was in probably later in my 20s or 30s. So to me, it's a much fresher album, which to me, the thing you're saying about Rumors, that was Tapestry for me. My whole family had it. Everybody played it. I knew every song. Plus I listened to a lot of like, you know, Motown and 60s, the other people that were singing those songs of Carole King's. So to me, I'm like, I don't need to hear Tapestry again. I have it. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I might be happy if I never heard it again in my life. I've heard Tapestry enough times. So I completely understand your position on Rumors. I'd probably just flip Tapestry and Rumors in your choices for me.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I totally.
Freddie, do you have any opinions on Hotel California, Rumors, and Tapestry?
I do. Okay.
Ooh.
So I would listen to Hotel California one last time. I'd probably get rid of Tapestry. And then you marry Rumors.
All right, Freddie's on Team Krisis. Love it.
Oh, speaking of donuts, Sam was going to get one of the DC donuts from Krispy Kreme today. Are you familiar with those, Krisis?
We don't have as many Krispy Kremes here in Wellington. You have to basically get them from a gas station, which I don't trust. There are actual freestanding Krispy Kremes where Samantha Jane is.
Okay, yeah. She said that they have a bunch of several different DC donuts.
DC donuts.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good one. FMK. Donuts, cake, pie. I'm going to make... This is fruit pie, I'm going to say. Or,
well, I mean, in New Zealand, they would assume you would mean a savory pie.
Yeah, that's why I'm making that distinction, because I think lots of... Doc Elevator probably doesn't mean savory pie, but I'm going to make sure we know that it's a dessert pie, like blueberry or coconut cream or something like that.
Well, all the other things are desserts, so I think that's fair.
I'm killing cake because I don't even like cake. Get out of my life, cake. Goodbye. Let's see. I'm marrying it, but I could have a one-time. How long is my affair going to be if I? I'll have a year-long affair with fruit pie and then marry donuts and leave pie on the side, crying, heartbroken that I left pie there after making out with it for a year.
Freddie?
Oh, well, this is easy for me. I'm not overthinking it. Kill pie, eat cake, marry donuts.
It's hard for me because I don't love fruit pie. I think a lot of it's gross. Like I like it because it's so sugary and like preserved that it doesn't even taste like the fruit anymore. Especially like any kind of berry pie. It's like not even resembling the berry. But I like a key lime pie. I like a sweet potato pie. So I do like pies. Cakes to me are just so boring usually. But then cakes can be anything. We recently made this cake in this house. It's a Filipino cake, I think, called Sans Rival. It's a cashew meringue. So there's no like fluffy or chewy cake layer. It's just all of these thin meringues with buttercream through them. So the whole thing is like crunchy. It's like a crunchy cake. There's no white cake in it, you know? And it was like the best thing I've tasted in my entire life. So cake can be many things.
Even ice cream.
Well, right? It could be an ice cream cake.
Yeah.
So I think, I think cake just brings the variety. I think I got to marry cake because the variety is the spice of life, and that relationship will always be fresh. I think I'm gonna just really, really let donuts have their way with my body one final time. and sorry, pie, there's too many gross pies.
New 52 Electric City, New 52 Supergirl might weirdly be the strongest Kara Zor-El material you're going to find. It's 50% off today, so wanted to know, meaning the Supergirl New 52. Well, if you like Suicide Squad, I don't know why you wouldn't like Supergirl.
But isn't Suicide Squad New 52 almost like, it's weird? Like it's really indie. It's Adam Glass and Matt Kent and Alice Cott. Do you feel like Supergirl has that vibe, that like weird vibe?
I thought it was pretty weird because she's so angry throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
She's not just like Jeff Johns' Supergirl when Brainiac shows up and she's all worried and fearful because she's seen Brainiac and Superman hasn't. She's just angry throughout this whole run. So that's how. And then they wind her up into Red Lantern. So that's what I really liked about it. But this is interesting that Electric City thinks this would be the strongest Kara Zor-El material you're going to find. So,
well, Electric City is making a very firm distinction between actual Kara Zor-El material and Matrix Supergirl material.
Oh, okay, got it. Which is what Peter David wrote, Matrix Supergirl. Okay, and that's what spun out of what, Death of Superman or Krisis on Infinite Earths, or what? Where did we get Matrix?
Sort of after Death of. It starts in 96, right? Oh, that's why there's no omnibus, because the art files. The art's probably not omnibus ready.
Oh, okay. A good point. Okay, there you go. Crushing Krisis.
What did I do? That was a good point.
You said that Electric City made a good point about the strongest Kara Zor-El. Oh, here's Matthew. I'm not sure if it's a good story, but I like the art in Supergirl Rebirth.
Again, Supergirl Rebirth, very enjoyable, great start, and then it kind of just keeps happening for like 40 issues. It's fine. But I often just think that Supergirl actually works well in these like brief 6-12 issue series. It seems like it's really hard for people to figure out what to do with her after the first arc or two.
Yeah, you might be right there. Yeah. And I'm trading my New 52 Supergirl trades to Matthew in exchange for a Psylocke piece that he will do. And I want to make sure she's like ready to go. She's just got like this psionic bolt of pink like in this hand and the ball of death in pink death over in this hand, and she's ready to psionically kill everything. So just so you know, Matthew. Although she's all made up and ready to go out on a date when she's done killing. So there are your instructions.
And pop those mutant sits.
Peter David's run is hampered by being that stupid Matrix and not Kara. Okay.
All right, Freddie, do you have a Kiss, Marry, Kill for the two of us?
I do. Okay.
Oh. Then we'll go on from Jess.
Oh,
One second. Okay. I'll go with one made specifically for you, Peter, since we're still on music. Okay, so new album releases. Let's go. It's Lady Gaga's Mayhem.
Love.
Kesha's dot.
I haven't heard
and Lord's Virgin.
I haven't heard that one yet either. I've been waiting till this weekend to catch up on new records. Okay, but this is, so here's the thing. Kesha albums to me tend to be very disposable. I even if I like a song or two, I love Praying. That album had a lot of good singles on it, but I don't replay Kesha. But then Lord albums sometimes are weirdly boring. But I love all of like the gender play stuff that Lord is into this year. And so I mean, I'm going to marry the Lady Gaga album because I already have it all committed to memory. I have the sheet music to it. I mean, I guess I could kill it because I could still play it on guitar, but I love the Lady Gaga album. I think I am going to kiss Lord's Virgin. We're going to keep it very, very chaste and just do kissing because it's called Virgin. And I will be doing that this weekend. And then I guess that means, unfortunately, I would have to kill Kesha's album, although I might be proven wrong because I will be listening to both this weekend. Funny story, my new curse word that I use as of the last week is I say, oh, Lord's album Virgin, because we were on this crazy adventure ropes course last week and I almost fell to my death, not really because I was buckled in, but it felt like I was going to feel my death. And I was like, Holy Lord, and then I didn't want to just say Holy Lord, so I said, Holy Lord's new hit album Virgin, and I just like screamed it all like that.
Matthew's reading one of the greatest books ever, Justice League Dark Rebirth. Yes. I'm glad you like it.
That is so good. So
There's
good.
Gabriel. It's been a while, Gabriel. How are you doing? Remy's here. Good to see you. And Smothery Lion is telling us what's in there. Red Lion, Red Lantern 29. Okay, so that does have the Red Lantern storyline in it. Why are they putting Future's End in anything? Future's End should be ignored.
I guess just to put it somewhere. I mean, where else would you put it? A Futures End omnibus? No one's gonna buy that.
There's already been one.
Yeah, it exists.
Exactly.
It does exist. Yeah.
I couldn't even remember that detail.
Okay, thank you, Smothery Lion. So it appears to be in volume 1 now, so I don't think it'll have any of the Red Lantern stuff. It's got at least a chunk of it in there. Thanks to Smothering Lion. Thank you, Chris. You don't have to put an asterisk in there. They sent me something 2 weeks ago, and I was supposed to have done a review of it. Actually, they sent it to me before Heroes Con, so I need to get going on that review and make the video so Titan knows that I'm trustworthy. Titan's the only place that will send me anything, and even then, it's like pulling teeth. I love Minky Woodcock. She is such an interesting private investigator from the 30s and 20s that I need to start reading it maybe tonight and then do something tomorrow.
I always get very shy about asking people to send me stuff in advance. I mean, physical stuff would be hard because I'm in New Zealand, but even comps, because I'm just so brutally honest about things. And like, even if you've got a pretty good track record as a company, eventually I'm going to hate one of your issues, and I'm going to say it, So I'm always like, are you sure what you're getting into? Because even if I get copies, if I don't like it, I'm still going to be pretty evil towards that issue. So, that always makes me hesitate. But I have gotten in the habit of reaching out to people who are like really small pubs where I've never seen anybody other than Bat City Comics talk about them. And I'm like, you literally have only one person talking about you on YouTube, and that's because she specializes on mentioning every indie comic. So like, I'm not the biggest star in the world, but I will read your comic. And that's how I got to talk about Vampiro Rockabilly Apocalypse, what was it called? I was so obsessed with it. But sometimes it pays if you're a YouTube person to just like reach out to these little publishers and be like, yo, just send me, I'll give you $4. I just want to be able to talk about your comic book.
Yeah. I get it, but not everybody is able to pre-order. So a lot of fans who can't are missing out. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Rise Tomb Raider sold out. I love the Tomb Raider comics. It's a fun read. It's available at the Bozo site still. Yeah. What up, Hondo? I'm here to enjoy this fine content by my Jess, Omnidog, and his Immortals. These guys. Oh.
Thank you.
My Jess, our Jess. That's right. I belong to everyone, Hondo.
You belong to the world, Jess.
Not true. Johnny from Finland's here. What up, Johnny? Okay, time to take a break from watching videos. You're watching all those videos, so you don't mind getting it spoiled? Maybe you're like Peter, that it's soothing to you to get everything spoiled.
Yeah, watch trailers and theories and stuff. I'm not about that for now.
Hobby's the same. Heard that the Superman trailers cover the first 10 minutes of the movie. Okay, well, I didn't see those, so I'm okay.
No, but it's also fun when a movie only uses like a very specific amount of time, like in the beginning, or even like film stuff just for the trailer.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, it revealed so much, and you realize it just revealed the first 15 minutes of the movie. I think that's very clever. But then it often, I have this with comic books too, where people build up in their mind that the whole story is going to be about that, and then they actually wind up disappointed because they're like, oh, I thought it was all going to be about adventure, but then it turned into a drama, or I thought it was all going to be funny, but then it got less funny. Like, imagine if, they sold, well, this is not a good example. I was going to say, imagine if they sold Guardians of the Galaxy just based on Star-Lord singing into the lizard in the opening credits, but that's actually very consistent to the tone of the rest of the movie. I was trying to think about a Marvel movie that has like a opening caper that has or even like is it Civil War, where Scarlet Witch mistakenly blows up the apartment block at the beginning?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think sometimes that can be a little bit of a trap because then people get the wrong idea. Jess, what do you have for Freddie and I to make the incredibly hard decision to kiss, marry, or kill?
Oh, but before, I wouldn't say though. Like, I watched From Dusk to Dawn like really early, and that starts off like being just a road trip, and then suddenly it goes somewhere else. Like, I'm used to like being tricked.
And at the beginning of that movie, I'm like, what is this nonsense? Who convinced me to watch this? And then you gotta stick with it.
Yeah, Jess.
I decided to head you guys off and embrace the heartbreak that you're going to give me on this. This is my trio: Harley Quinn, as written by Connor and Palmiotti.
Yeah.
Gwenpool, and Black Cat by Jed McKay.
Oh man! Well, I mean, you will have to answer your own question.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you do.
Jess is like, I have immunity on this one. I asked.
It's so funny. For context, Jess asked, "Oh no, you guys are gonna make me pick between these three," and I was like, "Well, now we are."
Yeah, he just headed it off right at the pass.
I just introduced the subject now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty easy for me. I think I would kiss Black Cat one more time. I don't know that I need to reread that run like 20 more times in my life. I think I would reread it one more time and really enjoy it. I would marry Gwenpool because I just think it's so charming and funny and endlessly enjoyable. And I don't give a shit about Amanda Connor on Harley Quinn. I hate it. So that's an easy one for me.
Wow. Okay.
Bye-bye.
It was good knowing you. So now it's down to the two of us.
Well, I'll tell you mine, but you'll also kick me out. Okay. So, yes.
Well, let's just do it real quick.
Well, he's going to kick you out no matter what. There's no right answer.
Right. So, Marry Black Cat by McKay. Read again Gwenpool. And, sorry, Harley Quinn by McKay and Connor. I mean, I liked it, but I really did sell them when I finished them.
Okay.
And selling is a lot like killing when it comes to your comic book collection.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's out of your life.
I mean,
you either sell it or a root beer bath, whatever way it finds its way out of its life. That's what it should be. It should be kiss, betrothed, root beer bath.
Oh, that'd be hard.
KBR. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good twist on it.
People are gonna think you're gonna go back to doing the root beer though. So we can't lead them on.
I have so many. I haven't done that in so long. I have so many viewers that don't even know what the root beer baths are. So
they just know the legend. It's part of the Jess lore at this point. The deep lore.
The lore. I will marry Black Cat. I will kiss and make out with Harley Quinn, and sadly, I will have to sell Gwenpool to some unfortunate child for $200 because it's out of print or something.
But you do like that book.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I feel like I helped create it because I had my army of followers constantly annoying Omar every Saturday until it got made. So he'll tell you different, but I think James and crew annoyed the heck out of him so that he told David Gabriel, just print this frickin' thing so Omnidog's fans quit super chatting.
Is she in Rivals yet? They got to put her in Rivals.
No, she's not yet.
No, they got to put her in Rivals.
That game is so popular.
It is. It really is.
It's a fighting game?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're giving like little missions. It's a group game. So you have a team. Yeah. But Gwenpool, I feel it was exactly that. Just it was like, oh, we gotta give them something. Alf, that's what they're very. No, Gwenpool.
Well, that's one of those times where many of the requests from the Very Fine Condition fandom are representative of all omnibus readers, and then a small percentage of them are very much not representative of all comic book readers, and it's hard to know the difference until you understand the humor that persists in the core of viewers of that channel. So people in the chat here, if you have things you want us to kiss, marry, or kill, whether they're we're not doing people, we're doing albums or comic book runs. Feel free to throw out some trios of things for us.
Let me catch up on the chat then. Here's Dana. She's avoiding any reviews of Superman. Smart.
Stay safe, Dana.
Superman had its premiere and early fan screening last night. It opens Thursday, Friday. Thank you. Lazarus rules. Yes, you are correct. Lazarus Fallen is on Global Comics.
Hey,
Yeah,
Global
yeah.
Comics is they're gonna get day and date IDW releases starting I think next month. So like
Wow.
that's $7 a month or however much it is in the US to subscribe. If you read 2 IDW titles, it's worth it. Global has the easiest reader of all the online e-readers. I know there's this other new one coming, Sweet or something like that, in a few months, and I'm excited for that one too. But any time I can get an all you can eat for any one company, DC, Marvel, Image, whoever, and it's only like $5 or $6. I read so many comics that to pay $5 or $6 a month for a subscription to something that's all you can eat, it's the value is so obvious. So now that they're gonna get day and date IDW, I mean I at least read 2 IDW books a month, so that's a gimme. Like there's no reason not to for me. And they have so many Image trades too.
Yeah,
So
I was just gonna say Image must be on this too, since James is saying Lazarus Fallen.
They don't always have new Image. Sometimes they just have number ones, but the thing they're very good at is they'll have Image trades so that if you're catching up on an Image title, like I caught up on Transformers on Global Comics. I didn't buy a single issue. I caught all the way up to present and then I started buying it in the present day. So it's really good when you want to catch up on Image books too. Yeah. They should sponsor me. I'm talking about them all the damn time.
Kaya is great.
Yay! More fans.
Yeah. I was thinking Volume 4 was the last. I think he's talking about Lazarus. Yeah,
No,
no.
there's going to be one more this final run. It's so hard to have this open and not just sit here and read it. And
welcome, Axel. Hello to you. Good to have you here. Yes. Waiting on hardcover for Kaya, I think.
Possibly Kaya, yeah.
What the hell? Cinemark doesn't have the cool Superman tchotchkes? I know Alamo does. Alamo had a really cool popcorn bucket and glasses and all kinds of other tchotchkes. I don't know anything about Cinemark. I don't even think we have Cinemark here.
New Zealand has a really cool bucket that's like the Superman logo and it lights up. And somebody asked me if I would get it and send it to them. And I looked into the postage and I'm like, well, the bucket's only $30. But the postage is over $200. So man, you might want to ask an Australian who also, I think their movie theaters have it too, because you don't getting anything sent from New Zealand that's like bigger than this. Sending you the cookies for the cookie stream is going to be like, the cookies are only going to be about 5% of the value of the package. And the rest of the value of the package is going to be shipping.
Yeah. Yes, Logan, you really do need to read Lazarus. Over the past couple of months, Krisis and others whose opinions I trust and value, like Gar, have gushed about it. Right here, dude. I've been gushing about it before Bar was born.
It's my favorite comic of all time.
It is one of my top 5. I feel like I've listed... I don't know, James, if I actually made that video, because I have this piece of scrap paper that's been hanging around for 6 years with my top 10 that actually eventually expands out to my top 17. But I feel like Lazarus was right up there in the top 5, but I don't even remember what I called it, James. It might have been my all-time top 10. Irredeemable's number 1, but
you made my most 5 most important comics. Is that possibly it? Or
no, that's too new. I did that last year, I think.
Yeah, that's last year.
Yeah, it's more what's in my top 10 all time. Just the 2 Legion volumes titled Before the Darkness. Do you remember that run? I honestly don't remember, Yarn. I feel like I will eventually... I'd have to take the computer over to the other room to see. But that's a period where I feel like the Legion was really good, right in there with if Paul Levitz was involved with it. And the Curse and the Great Darkness saga, which has the spoiler on the cover of who the villain is.
I've heard you bemoan that before. I've definitely heard your opinion on that.
So I think you could probably, as long as you keep going and read the Great Darkness saga, and then After the Darkness or whatever it's called, I think if you read it as a kind of complete thing, it all strings together, and I think you'll be happy.
All right, I have one. This one is primarily designed. Actually, it's for both of you. It's for both of you. But I think I'm very curious to see what Freddie will say. Modern X-Men author runs. Freddie, Kiss, Marry, or Kill. X-Men Legacy by Mike Carey. X-Men Marvel Now, all of it, by Brian Bendis. Both runs. Because I tried to find things that were each about like 50 issues long. Or X-Men by Jonathan Hickman. Only things Hickman himself wrote, not all of Krakoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sorry, Mike Carey. Legacy's gone. I'm reading Hickman, and I'm marrying Bendis.
Krisis' head blows off.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I do not like the abrupt ending of All New X-Men. I feel it's a little softened by the ending of issue 600. That's the uncanny last issue. Hickman, just there's no ending. Like if I marry it, I'm just gonna reread it, and I'm gonna get to a spot where Apocalypse is gone, and so's all the book.
Well, I mean, there's Inferno. I mean, which isn't in his omnibus, but in this idea of X-Men by Hickman, it does kind of end with Inferno.
Okay. Well, that's a good point, but Inferno wasn't the best.
No, it wasn't.
No. Like it's good. It's good. It's just not like the best note to end on. Yeah, and I've read of Carrie on Marvel Unlimited, and I liked it. It's just maybe if I actually had it with me, I'd feel a little more attached to it.
And that's why we need an omnibus Marvel.
Okay, I'm gonna
all right, Jess, Kiss, Marry, or Kill. X-Men Legacy by Mike Carey. X-Men by Bendis, including Uncanny and All New X-Men. Or X-Men by Hickman, starting at Hoxpox and ending at Inferno.
I think I'm going to have to marry Hickman, make out with the Bendis run, and I will let Legacy go.
You people!
You people.
I would obviously kill the Bendis run, but that we knew that.
That's me.
I think I would marry Hickman because you can just reread Hoxpox. Just Hoxpox. I don't even need the rest of it. The rest of it can go get killed, but I would reread Hoxpox endlessly. And I think I would make out one last time with Legacy, even though Rogue would steal all of my memories and powers.
Because she's like that.
I mean, Rogue is one of my favorite characters, so it's hard to turn down Legacy, but I think I've only ever read it twice in the past 15 years, so it's like how many... I'm probably going to read it one more time when the omnibus comes out, maybe two, but I think we're nearing my lifetime of how many times I'm going to read it, probably. Life is short. There's only so many rereads that any given run has got in it. Unlike Lazarus, I've now read all of Lazarus. This might be like my half dozenth time when I reread it for Volume 4. Yeah.
I'm going to have to read the whole thing again to...
Yeah, I reread the whole thing.
Volume 4.
Yeah.
Belgian Ellen has a question for you.
Oh.
Krisis says, you like to learn French. Have you ever listened to the Belgian artist Stromae? I would especially recommend the song Tu l'aimes.
Oh, pretty good French pronunciation from Omnidog there. No, I do not know Stromae. When I saw your comment, I went on Rate Your Music and bookmarked it. I need to start writing down who recommended me what, because I get almost all of my recommendations of not brand new music from this show, and then I forget who told me what to get. So I will have to make a note that it was you. But no, I don't. I really like... I wound up listening to a lot of Spanish... I don't know what genre to call it. Like women that are like hip hop adjacent, but it's acoustic, but it's like very hip hop flow. I feel like that's like a really popular subgenre. I don't know what it's called, but I just love that because I love the rhythm and I love women with acoustics that are still like a little bit more like R&B or hip hoppy. But of course, I don't understand a damn word because I don't speak any Spanish. But I don't feel like with French, I've found like that one popular genre or channel of French music that I can go to again and again. It's a bummer because I understand some of it, but it's like French pop kind of is like all over the place. I don't feel like there's any one sound, like one genre of French pop. And I've heard some French hip hop. So yeah, I would like to know like what is the cool sound? Like what are artists that are French language artists, like what are they really good at doing? What is the genre that's like, oh, if you like music by French people, you should be listening to this genre? Let me figure out the right genre to call that the Spanish language thing I'm trying to talk about. Anyway, those are my thoughts.
I love Tapestry, and Dreams on Rumors is a standalone classic that I retired. I'm neutral on Hotel California. And Brian 12ish says, Hotel California didn't get played to death? What planet are you on, Jess? I didn't say that. I just said Rumors got played to death. Hotel California did too, but I still like a lot of Hotel California. I didn't get as tired of it as I did Rumors. Don't take my words and twist them around and try to use them against me. How dare you?
That's the whole point.
Yeah. Now there's the topic. Albums or singles that you acknowledge are great, but you were bored of. I could definitely play that game.
I think for me, the one that I always think of, the number one first one I think of, is Don't Speak by No Doubt. Because I had that No Doubt Tragic Kingdom album so early. I knew it front to back. I played it every time I played the X-Men video game on Super Nintendo, so it always will remind me of Wolverine. And when Don't Speak came out on the radio, it just became so constant because it crossed over to pop radio, so it was everywhere, that when I hear a song too many times, maybe it's like my musician brain, I don't know if other people think like this, it almost like wears grooves in my mind where I'm like, yes, I know the chord progression. Yes, I know that next note they're going to play. Like it's just is like a train track in my mind. And just hearing the one little intro of it means the whole thing is going to play. And it just like, I hate that. I like having control over what's happening in my brain. And sometimes when I hear a song too often, it like auto plays, I guess is the best way that I can think of it. So I don't like that Don't Speak will just autoplay when I don't want it. So that even listening to all of Tragic Kingdom, I will skip Don't Speak a lot of the time because I just don't want it in my head.
We're back on that. F donuts, M pie, K cake. Yeah, I'm with you there. Brian 12 is spelling it out. Fuck cake. Mary donuts, murder pie. We're serving you our murder pie tonight. Oh, here's the good one. Waffles, pancakes, French toast.
Oh.
Very good.
Oh, and I love my breakfast food all day long.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one, Matthew.
Yeah.
But no scones. See, here you would have to throw scones in there.
That's right.
Waffles much less prominent. I love a waffle, but I like making French toast, so I think I'm going to... But waffles, here's the thing. People in America just think waffles are this one thing. They're just a waffle. It's like waffle, an Eggo waffle, or like waffles you get with waffles and chicken. But if you are used to European waffles, there's so many different kinds of waffles you can have. You can have sugary waffles. You could have yeasted waffles. You could have cheesy waffles. Like there's so many kinds of waffles. So I think I'm going to, but I love making French toast. I think I'm going to kiss French toast one last time because it's really just French toast. I mean, it's great and I love it. It's one of my favorite things to make. But I think I'm going to marry waffles, again, variety, even if I can't ever like love them with that intensity. And pancakes are just friggin' boring. It's just like a
pancakes are an easy kill.
Yeah, easy kill.
Yeah. For all three.
Waffles, I will kiss. French toast, I am going to make a huge batch, marry it, and have it all in my bed and roll around in it. I love French toast.
I want to make you my French toast. That's I love making French toast.
I want to take a bath of maple syrup and just dunk the bread in there and shove it in my mouth.
Wow.
I didn't know you were that passionate. So I like doing an oven baked French toast because I feel like you can saturate the French toast way more, and then it almost gets like custardy. Where all the egg
you like put marinated in for
just like egg and cream, and I use a mix of brown sugar and white sugar, a lot of vanilla and cinnamon, kind of just like the standard. Mm-hmm. But then also I really like challah French toast, like with challah bread. Oh yeah. Or like a French toast casserole where it's like thick and deep and it almost turns into like a bread pudding.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Love.
What about you?
Now I'm hungry. What are we doing? This wasn't supposed to be about food.
No, it wasn't. I purposely didn't eat because my stomach was having rumbles earlier. Okay, so kill pancakes, obviously. Marry waffles. You know, it's basically like a pancake. It's just hard, and I like most of my food well done. And French toast, yeah, I'd eat it.
Yeah, you don't want pancakes to be as crispy as a waffle. A crispy waffle is actually enjoyable. That's fun.
Yeah.
But a crispy pancake, then it's just burnt.
No, yeah, like even the occasional like really soft, like freshly made waffles, so good too.
I'm gonna have to start eating before we have the show if we're gonna if it's gonna be food themed.
Now we're solidly into the donuts one. Cake donuts with chocolate frosting and peanuts. That's pretty specific. Marry devil's food cake.
Nice.
Kill cherry pie. Okay, I would absolutely destroy any of those right now. I'd even
Really, this show could just be about desserts. We've established this on multiple occasions. All three of us love desserts.
That's so true.
We could just eat ice cream live, ASMR of us eating ice cream live on camera.
I don't have any right
now.
Up
for that. Fuck pie because of pie. Marry donuts because they come in marry donuts because they come in flavors, and kill donuts because they have a hole in them. Wait a second.
What?
Trying to have it both ways with donuts. What's happening here? Are you marrying and then cheating on donuts? What?
Maybe he's saying that there's less of a donut because there's a hole in it, or it's already got shot in the heart, so it's not me.
Matthew's decided he doesn't want my Supergirl trade. Damn, here goes my Psylocke drawing. Darn it.
No.
No, you talked him out of it.
You must have something else you've upgraded or are going to, like Blue Moon.
What's up, Hayden? Good to have you here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I guess my caveat is Strongest Kara ongoing series. I think Women of Tomorrow, blows just about everything out of the water. Sterling Run gets a lot of love, but it was kind of flat for me. Interesting. I've heard nothing but good things. Oh, same with Mr. Awesome. Sterling Gates Supergirl Run. Yeah. I don't even know what this is. Casada cake? Krisis, come on. Do you know what he's talking about?
I don't know if I know a casada cake.
Let's Google.
I think he was talking when I was talking about that Filipino cake that I really like. Oh, that's an Italian cake. It's a little too rich for me. I do like a ricotta cake that's just like a single layer ricotta cake, but ricotta cake is very, very rich. Yeah.
This is casada cake?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's the cake of my people.
That looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that was existing out there. I'd eat that right now. I'd marry it right now.
Oh, this one looks really soft.
Yeah, that's the one I'd smear my face and hair with. Brian wants to engage in a lifelong love affair with donuts. I agree. Have a caked up side piece and put pie out of its misery.
People are taking this in any direction that fits their lifestyle, and I have to say I respect all of your choices.
Okay. I'm gonna have to show something again because Harvey Picard saying with strawberries. Okay.
Oh wow, boy, you're finding it really fast, Freddie. That looks beautiful.
Also, cake is hard to make. Like cake is a chore. Donuts I'm never gonna make. I'm always gonna just buy.
Yeah.
And then pie. Pies are gross. Pies are just gross. I can't get excited about pie.
Jess and Lady Gaga share a birthday. That's right.
Little Monsters and Omnipups, close relatives. All right, here's a quick one that is actually, really this is for me. So Madonna, of course, an incredibly famous artist and icon with so many hit singles that we have all known. 3 of her albums have spawned some of the most recognizable Madonna singles. And I'm asking you to kiss, marry, or kill these specific albums. So Like a Virgin from 1984 spawned singles like a Virgin, Material Girl, and Dress You Up. Then there's Like a Prayer, which has, of course, Like a Prayer featured in Deadpool and Wolverine, but also Express Yourself and Cherish. Or Ray of Light, when she paired with William Orbit in 1998, that has Ray of Light on it, as well as Frozen and The Power of Goodbye. And, what is that other one where she's Nothing Really Matters. So it's like 3 very different Madonna eras, Freddie.
Which one was the first one?
Like a Virgin, Like a Prayer, or Ray of Light.
Where does Beautiful Stranger fit in there?
That's from the Ray of Light period, but is not actually on an album. It is only a soundtrack single.
Yeah, from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
I love that
Beautiful Stranger. Yeah, I love that song.
I love that song. Love, love, love. But it's Freddie's turn. Embarrass yourself, Freddie. Go ahead.
Okay. Well. Okay, so Mary Ray of Light. Kiss Like a Prayer, and I guess Like a Virgin's Goodbye.
Jess, do you have strong enough opinions on these 3 Madonna eras?
I would say the Beautiful Stranger era, because I love that song. I'm happy to marry it. I'm happy to make out with the Like a Virgin period. And then I'm not familiar enough with the other period that I'm just going to have to be ignorant and leave it by the side of the road.
Well, that's the risk we take when we kiss, marry, kill things that we don't know well enough. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to miss. It's like the dating game when the bachelorette that he didn't pick walks off stage and he's like, you could have had it. Or she's like, you could have had this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for me because I grew up on Like a Virgin. Like that, some of my first 45s were the singles of Like a Virgin. Mm-hmm. And it's a stronger record than Like a Prayer, even though Like a Prayer to me is like the pinnacle of Madonna, along with Vogue, which came out the next year. I might get rid of Ray of Light. I don't know, but Ray of Light is such a great sonic experience. Unfortunately, I just think the other 2 are too formative to me. I might kiss one last time Like a Prayer because the B-side's not as good. I think I would have to marry Like a Virgin, even though many people do not think of it as a strong album, because I do love every song on Like a Virgin. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I would have to say goodbye to Ray of Light, another spectacular album, but I just can't give up those other 2. And there is some... that's hard, because there's a lot of good non-singles on Ray of Light. But anyway, that was my Krisis' Madonna corner.
Ooh, here's Sean. How's it going, Sean? From the Comic Pals. Kiss Harley, marry Black Cat, kill Gwenpool.
Ooh. That was your choice, right, Jess?
Yeah.
That was your 3.
I love that your question frustrated you so much that you yelled, Peter. I love that. Thank you.
Well, that is my typical behavior. For people who watch my channel know that I eventually am in my room by myself screaming as the result of any comic or music discussion.
Why do I come back to just taking people out? Is chat safe? I just take my guests out. I think the chat is fine, unless Kane decides to take control. So you had worse storms than I did. I was in the living room on watch for tornado. Storm has passed, and there I am. Yeah, I think the whole East Coast got bombarded, and ours was. I warned these guys ahead of time that I thought I might lose power during it, and what we should do about the show if I wasn't there, and if the show goes on or not. So I don't know.
If Jess drops out, this turns into me ranking every Lady Gaga song.
that would be fine with me. That'd probably get record number of views.
I'm gonna do it eventually on my channel once I'm caught up. There's so much to do, so little time.
Oh, here's Hayden. Kiss, marry, kill, Harley runs for Jess. Connor Palmiotti. Gajrak. And Phillips. Oh, dear. That Harley run. I hate to kill Stephanie Phillips because I really liked that run a lot. But I can't kill the Palmiotti, Connor, and Gajrak, however you say it, Sharjik run. I will marry Connor and Palmiotti's run, make out with the Sharjik run, and sadly, Stephanie, nothing personal, but the other 2 just live rent-free in my head. I like them so much. Good one, Hayden.
Yeah.
I mean, that Sejik book is one of the best comics I've read in the since I've been back to reading comics. It's so good. It's just so beautiful. It's so well thought out. He gets her voice so well, and I think she's so often a comedic character to like read her being serious and have it still be recognizably Harley without it being like grimdark. Like it's dark, but it's still her. It's absolutely still her. I just love that run so much. Stephanie Phillips' run is fun, but I just don't like Riley Rossmo's art. So
yeah, that's a tough one.
But then I also seriously dislike everything Connor and Palmiotti have ever done. So can I kill 2? I don't know.
Sure, dude. Whatever. This was your idea, so you can do it.
And everybody else is making up that they're sleeping with 3 different kinds of donuts and marrying them, and donuts with holes and unholed donuts are different kinds of donuts. Everybody's making up their own rules.
I mean, put it back up. It says KMK. Who says both K's aren't kill?
Kill, marry, kill.
Yeah. I don't know. Harley, I mean, I'm weird because I like that Sam Humphries Harley run because I never laughed.
I like too, yeah.
I never laughed in the Connor run. I just don't get their humor. They're fine. They're good people, Connor and Palmiotti. Yeah. I just do not share a sense of humor with them. Whereas the Humphries run, I just laughed at all the time.
I get what you're saying. There's a lot of like different shows and even comics that people are like, "Oh, that's hilarious," and I'm like, I recognize it's humorous. Like I'm being like a robot. I recognize it's humorous. It just doesn't tickle my funny bone.
No, I'm the same.
Humorous, no funny bone.
1011 funny.
Comic Pals is asking in genres, FMK, horror, sci-fi, or fantasy.
Okay, I'll do it.
This is a good one, John.
You know what? I'm going to do it because I know exactly how to cheat. I'm going to kill fantasy because I already get a lot of fantasy in my horror and sci-fi. So, marry sci-fi and F horror.
Oh, you're going to be making out with some grizzly 9-eyed, multi-armed.
Give me that mutant bear from Annihilation.
Oh man!
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, my first blush was kill horror because it's not my favorite genre, but then I remember how much James Tynion has made me fall in love with horror again by like making horror really like queer and weird again, and so I kind of like that kind of horror. It's like if I kill horror, does that mean I don't get any more James Tynion? That's a problem. So I have to think about that for a minute. Because I thought that was easy because I'm a big fantasy sci-fi person. The thing with sci-fi is I think I like low sci-fi better. People talk about low fantasy, like it's the real world, but there's just a little bit of magic would be like low fantasy instead of like literal swords and sorcery, dragon, whatever. But I actually really like low sci-fi. Like to me, Lazarus is low sci-fi. It's our world. It's only a slight twist, that makes it futuristic. So it's dystopian. I think dystopias tend to be low sci-fi because there's not aliens. We're not like 1,000 years in the future, but there are science fictional elements to it. So, but I know that if I kill sci-fi, I wouldn't necessarily lose Lazarus. But I would marry fantasy. I just think fantasy can be so many different things. It's so flexible. It's my favorite genre ever since I was a little kid reading books. So I definitely am going to marry fantasy. You know what? I guess I'm going to make a crazy decision and kill sci-fi and just make out with horror one more time.
Okay.
I think I'm killing horror, marrying fantasy and making out with sci-fi.
Okay.
Creatures from other planets bent on the destruction of Earth. Yeah.
Hard sci-fi kind of loses my attention sometimes. Really hard, like deep. But then I like stuff like Dune, so who knows? That was hard. That was difficult.
I have one for you.
Here, wait, let me just tell this one from Comic Pals who's in love with Krisis. Wow, Krisis, yet another reason why I adore you. I love Lazarus so much. Phenomenal series, one of my favorites ever. Where's the love for me? What? Okay.
What?
No. He said, "Where's the love for me? I'm Lazarus do."
I want to hang out with Sean and the other pals so bad, and I'm so busy, and it's a hard time for me. And he keeps being so nice and asking me if I'm free yet, and I just want to hang out with them.
Yeah, comic books, Lazarus, Invisible Republic. I feel like I did a top 10 at some point, because I still have that little scrap of paper that has all my top 10. This is back when Root Beer Reviews, I actually had a root beer float with every review. And that's when I gained all the weight, because I had root beer floats like times a week.
Me with the donuts right now.
It was a lot of fun watching those, because I didn't know if you had it as a fret or if you were just enjoying it.
What's that?
Like your root beer reviews. It was like,
oh, James, there it is. As favorite books of 2019, top 12 plus honorable mentions. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think it was that video particularly, but it was you talking about that book that really made me get them and then enjoy them.
Lazarus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. That's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, you filled my whole shelves.
I'm almost shocked there are people that haven't read Lazarus yet. I just assumed we'd all agreed to read everything Greg Rucka does.
He's got a great Discord, by the way. Really friendly place. That's where he gives the news first on when things are like getting reprinted or when like new issues are coming. I think it's officially a Lazarus Discord, but it's actually just all Greg Rucka.
Wow,
and it's really worth joining. Yeah, it's low key. It's not gonna like blow up your notifications, and he breaks news there first.
Oh, okay. Here it is. Lazarus Root Beer Reviews comic books, my top 10, 11 comic books of all time. There we go. Thank you, James. So there's a lot of ranking videos going on in my life early on.
Yeah, well, those are very clickbaity.
How dare you?
No, in a good sense. Like people are like very intrigued. Like, oh, what could be a top 10? Okay, so I do have some. This one's for Peter, but feel free to answer as well. Just so it's Age of Apocalypse. It's Gen X by Lobdell and Bacalo. And House of X, Powers of X.
Oh well, wow, wow.
Good selection.
I think that I have House of X, Powers of X committed to memory already because of doing the show back in the day with Fariha. And so I think I'm safe. I bet to kill. I think I'm safe to kill Hoxpox. I am. I could recite the 10 Lives of Mora to you off the top of my head. I don't need to read it again.
What about in 10 years when we go back to Krakoa?
And Age of Apocalypse, I reread it so often, and I just think it has so many interesting themes. It has so many ups and downs. So I've been rereading it regularly. Even in the years I didn't read comic books, I still had as we've established, the shopping basket I inadvertently stole from a Rite Aid with the stack of the 40 comics in it that I would just like bring with me like on vacations with friends to be like, I'm just rereading these 40 comics from the 90s. So I think I'm going to marry Age of Apocalypse, and I'm just going to have a one-time final dalliance with Gen X.
We should do a Lazarus book club.
Yes, we should do a Lazarus book club. But it's so. I mean, how are people going to read it? Because the hardcovers are out of print, right? So, like, I guess the trade paperbacks are still around. That first trade is so good.
You mean they put out book 4 and didn't reprint other books?
I think some of those are still hard to find. Did they reprint them?
Oh, they've been hard to find for 6 years, I feel like, then.
I feel like they popped up, but for very little. Like, it wasn't noticed. Okay, volumes 2, 3, and 4 are still, like, readily available. I don't know about volume 1. Let me check.
Well, you kind of need volume 1.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you could get those paperbacks.
So is the Lazarus Book Club going to be like, we have the book and you do not?
I have them all right here within grasp.
Okay.
Hey,
it's on the Bozo site and on Barnes and Noble and stuff.
Volume 1 is, or the other volumes?
Volume 1. Oh, it's on. I should have looked
No,
here first.
it's
It's on
out-
OPB.
One of them was really out of print for a long time, so they must have done a stealth reprint of
No,
its
wait.
back.
OPB's back order. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, no, that just means they can still get it. Which book was that?
Yeah, Volume 1.
Maybe they did a stealth reprint.
They
Yeah,
must
they did.
have.
They must have when in Volume 4
Hey, you
came
you
out.
guys know this, and I'm not doing any research right now. Is this the only one of the early Hickman books that ever got an oversize? Did they ever do oversizes of like Pax Romana or Red Mass for Mars? It's just this, right?
Yeah,
I love early Hickman.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm missing one of his early stuff. I can't.
I have it
remember
all in
which one
trade.
now. Yeah.
Here is a question from your fellow Kiwi. Krisis, I've been big into epics lately. Do you have a favorite epic collection and a favorite DC finest?
I think it's hard because to separate like favorite epic, just because it's got a good group of issues in it, versus a favorite epic because it was a pre-existing favorite. You know what I mean? Because at this point we have pretty much every run of every Silver Age comic book in epic. So I mean, my gut was to just pick the oh no, that hasn't come out yet. Yeah, so I guess I can't pick that one. Oh no, this is my favorite epic. It's the beginning of Alan Davis's run on Excalibur.
Let me
It's
show you.
Excalibur,
Let me highlight you.
Curioser, and Curioser. So this has Excalibur 42, which is where he came back after a brief break after Claremont left and Scott Lobdell was writing for a while, through 58. It also has some one-shots in it and material from Marvel Comics Presents. This has issue 50, which is the big culmination of all of the original kind of plots of Excalibur, including their combat with Necron. And I want to say this also has that issue that's my favorite art issue of all time, which is the Rachel versus Galactus issue, but maybe it's right after this. I can't remember if it's in here or not. But I just think this is so fun, and you don't have to have a lot of knowledge of Excalibur. Alan Davis comes back like firing on all cylinders, really explains who the team is. It's funny, and it's not an X-Men book. Like, this is before they were really integrated deeply into the X-Men line, so it's really just it's a Excalibur book. It's a Captain Britain book. And so that's what makes it really fun. Yeah, I think that Great Galactus issue is in the next one. But still, this is one of my favorite runs of all time. DC Finest, so far, I mean, it's really hard to not pick the Batman Year 1, Year 2. Because that's that immediate post-crisis Batman. And it's just, I don't know if there's... even though that's the one I think the most people would like, for me, it's Longbow Hunters. Because I just think this is one of the great runs of all time. Like, to have this in one book and not just have the original miniseries, which is how the DC's collected before, but to have like a chunk of the ongoing in there too. I just think like it's just such a gimme. The art's so good, the story's so good, it's such a classic, but like, I understand that most people would say all those things about this, then would buy this. For me, it just is a little bit more Green Arrow than Batman.
Okay,
And I
good.
know Jess, however, would tell you it would be this one. Or the Superman one.
I think the Superman one. I do love that one, but I think Superman's my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you had to pick like a line of epics or DC Finest?
Well, DC Finest has not proved that they're going to be with me long term yet, so I don't know if I can trust them.
Okay.
I mean, the Epic line, we have all but 2 volumes for like Captain America, Iron Man. Like, we're so close to complete coverage.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, Chris, going for the jugular on me. F, Mary, kill. Ice cream, root beer, and cereal. Ooh.
It's your 3 food groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are 3 Omnidog pyramid.
I'm going to have to marry ice cream. We're getting married and jumping into a tub of each other, so I'm fine with ice cream. Cereal, I'm going to F with it, and
Yeah.
shockingly, I'm going to have to kill root beer. I want a very intense love affair with cereal, but root beer, we're breaking up. Thank you, Chris. That was awesome. I don't know that. Do you guys know Superman? I don't know if Krisis knows Superman well enough to pick a favorite story.
Well, here's the thing. I was on that Evergreen stream thinking I didn't know Superman well enough, and I think what I discovered is that it's just that people like all these bullshit out of continuity Superman stories, and they don't actually care about Superman in continuity, because they all pick this, like, boring, here's his origin again, here's his origin, but he has a different color eyes, here's his origin, but his cape is blue. Who gives a shit? Whereas you, like, actually picked some Superman stories, like, because you had the Lois and Clark story in it where John Kent is born, which to me is one of my favorite Superman of all time. Yeah, I mean, I think my taste in Superman is actually very similar to yours. I love Rebirth Superman. I love anything with John Kent. I love 70s continuity Superman when they start, like, actually making a character out of him. So you've really turned me on to that run, the Kryptonite Nevermore run, which I was paging through on that stream. And then I actually early Triangle. Like, I like Life and Death because I grew up with it, but I like Superman right before that, like when it, all three post burn, when it's like the brain trust is like, you know, Jurgens and Ordway, Simonson, and they're all in the titles together, and they start like really clicking together. I love that period. It's just so fun. It's like the first time any of the publishers had really done that with anybody other than Spider-Man, and even Spider-Man had never been that tightly coordinated. So I don't know. I tend to think I have very similar opinions on Superman as you. I don't know. Am I wrong?
It sounds like you said it exactly correctly.
Okay, so then I do have one for you. Okay. It is Superman, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
Ooh.
Up in the Sky.
Uh-oh.
And from the original Super Sons crossover in the Superman title. Like the first time Damian and
that is such an adorable story. Yeah,
that was my bonus pick for the. That story was my bonus pick. It's issues like 11 and 12 or 10 and 11. That was my bonus pick. Wow. Oh, you went right for the jugular on that.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
Man of Tomorrow. Well, while Jess thinks, I would kill Up in the Sky. Who gives a shit? I don't like Chiang. I would kill, and plus I did not like it. I thought it was, I didn't think Cooper's art was very good in it. I didn't like the colors. I just don't like that book. I would kiss Alan Moore's story because I don't need to reread that over and over again. I'll have one last magical experience with it that I'll remember forever and ever while I remain married to Super Sons because it is adorable.
Yeah. Well, I'm marrying Up in the Sky because I could read it forever and ever and be happy. I think I'm going to have an illicit and quick hot love affair with issues 10 and 11. And then as much as I love it that it closes the door on the Silver Age Superman that I grew up with, I'm going to take the book out and shoot it. Boom, boom.
Take it to the back.
Yeah, take it out like Old Yeller and take it right away.
Now the chat's getting into it. I've seen so many good ones in the chat. Now they're getting hyped. Now that we're approaching the 2 hour mark.
They really are.
Yeah.
I'm still like half an hour behind. Should I just jump?
No, I think just keep cruising through the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, if they've got good ones, we don't. I have ones, but I don't know if you guys share my frame of reference. So some of the ones are really mostly for me.
I mean, hit us. Maybe we'll surprise you.
All right, Freddie. While he's cruising through the chat, although I'm very interested in Jess as well. Waffles are polite pancakes that hold onto your butter and syrup. Here, let me hold that for you. French toast is my second favorite, followed by pancakes.
See,
I love Kane.
I do too. Yeah.
I want to hang out with her so much. I just think it would be a blast. She's great taste in music. She's a great taste in breakfast foods.
Here, let me hold that for you. The light pancakes. I love that.
That's so funny.
That is.
I'm getting the cheeks hurt from laughing on this stream, which is always a good sign. All right, Freddie. Young Marvel runs from different decades. We have the 80s New Mutants by Claremont and Simonson. We have the 90s New Warriors by Nicieza. And we have 2000s Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan. Not all the way until Rainbow Rowell. Just the original Brian K. Vaughan, Whedon, and Immonen Runaways.
Okay, well, it'd be fun to watch Very Fine Cry. So we kill New Mutants. New Mutants, no, New...
Warriors.
New Warriors, yeah. Yeah, F with New Mutants, and then marry.
You're gonna marry Runaways and just and
yeah, Runaway.
not.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that would go the other way. I thought you would
No.
marry New Mutants.
No.
I think I'd marry Runaways too. As much as I love New Mutants, I love the original Runaways and especially Rainbow Rowell's continuation. That was one of the best decisions I ever made after 2 years of Krisis recommending Rainbow Rowell's Runaways to finally read it. But to understand it, I had to read the original, which I had never read. So,
and I've read the in between stuff too, and it'd be just like a marriage, you know. I'd be so happy, and then I'd be cringing every time they use that one word that I really don't like.
Oh, that's in there. Does it start with R?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but not the one like they use the slang rents.
Oh,
parents.
rents instead of parents.
Yeah, every time I see that, like, no, when I see the other R word, I'm like, okay, time.
That was the time. That's how kids spoke at that time. It doesn't mean I have to like it, but it does remind me of children from 2003.
Sure. But yeah, I remember junior management referring to us as the rents a lot.
Gosh.
You would not have dug it.
No, gosh.
I just am not that entranced by Runaways. Like I had them in oversized hardcover and I sold them and traded to the paid paperbacks because it's fine. I just never felt the magic of Runaways originally. The way that I did in Rainbow Rowell, then I wound up liking them more. So I think that's an easy kill for me. It's not a classic for me. It's fine. I like it. I recommend it to people. So I think I would obviously marry New Mutants because I think that's Claremont's strongest work in the 80s, stronger than his X-Men run at the time. But I would have a brief passionate affair with one binge, a 24-hour binge of like the first 50 issues of New Warriors. I think it's a really fun binge. Nicieza writes it from beginning to end. The characters are super consistent. The themes are I think it's just a really fun comic to binge. Do I really need 4 now omnibuses of it on my shelf? No, I've resisted that. I know they will do epics eventually. But is it a fun comic to just read and binge, even if it's not like an all-time great? Yes.
My buddy Jewish Dragons is here. He describes French toast exactly right. As long as it's really eggy and gooey on the inside. And waffles, as long as they're really crispy, and as Kane said, polite, and lose the pancakes. Otherwise, skip it all and go for the croissant.
Croissants are good. That bakery does good croissants too. They've got my number, man. This local bakery. Croissant.
You three should really go to a Belgian bakery. Bread, cakes, pies, and everything in between everywhere.
I love Belgian waffles. There used to be a Belgian waffle place in Philadelphia that I went on lunch break at least once a week, and I would just bring my laptop and sit down and be like, how many Belgian waffles can I eat in 1 hour before I have to go back to my desk?
Those waffles are super polite. They'll hold the whole bottle of syrup for you if you're ready. Those especially deep pockets, I love those.
And I like that Belgian waffles are often from a dough instead of a batter. So I think they'll make a little round of dough and put it in, and so it's.
I don't think I knew that.
Texture. Yeah, not all Belgian waffles, but a certain kind. Yeah.
Welcome, Adrian. Glad to have you here. Okay, we've got some Madonna chat. Ray of Light is my favorite CD of Madonna's, only because I don't have her Like a Virgin and Like a Prayer CDs. Frozen from her Ray of Light CD is a banger. And wait, Cycle was yelling at you, but I'll just put what he says. Mary, Ray of Light, Like a Prayer, Kay, Like a Virgin.
Okay, that was my pick too.
De-virginize Like a Virgin, Mary Like a Prayer, Goodbye Ray of Light, coming from a big Madonna. Well, here's a lot of Madonna stuff.
See, I knew my people would be here for me.
I didn't want to skip it.
I wanted to include music and confessions in that too, but I was afraid that I didn't know if Jess would know all the singles. Especially confessions, everybody knows Hung Up, but then I feel like not everybody knows Get Together and Jump and Sorry. So I was like, well, that's no fun if Jess is only going to know one of the singles. Then it kind of defeats the purpose. But I love Confessions. I'm very regretful I didn't see her on that tour. I think Get Together is Stealth actually one of her best singles. I often like that second single after although I love Hung Up. I think it's amazing. Because that song, the ABBA song that it samples, Gimme Gimme Gimme, is one of my favorite ABBA songs. But I love Get Together. And Harvey Pickers goes, is correct. I love Into the Groove, love Causing a Commotion. Get Into the Groove was from the soundtrack of The Gambler, I want to say. Causing a Commotion is on the Who's That Girl soundtrack.
Jewish Dragons doesn't know who Gwenpool is? I just spent a weekend with Jewish Dragons at Heroes.
Wow.
And Gwenpool didn't come up a single time?
No, wow. Next time I see you, Jewish Dragons, I will be happy to introduce you to Gwenpool. You know what the problem is now? I think that Omni is out of print.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect Omni because it starts with the Howard the Duck stuff and then finishes with the Leah Williams stuff, and then it's all the great Christopher Hastings stuff in it and Kelly Thompson stuff.
Yeah.
Jewish Dragons, I'm so sorry you don't know who Gwenpool is because you're a really nice guy.
It's a fantastic Omni, but here's what you should do: you should buy the Chip Zdarsky, Howard the Duck, and then read the rest of Gwenpool on Marvel Unlimited.
There you go.
You'll have two good reads.
All right, I just made a critical Madonna error. I called the movie The Gambler. The Gambler is actually a little-known single from Madonna. It's not collected on any of her things. It was kind of a flop. But that was from Vision Quest, which is the movie that had Crazy For You on the soundtrack. Whereas Into the Groove is actually from Desperately Seeking Susan. So Harvey Pickers' Ghost corrected my incredibly egregious off the top of the head Madonna mistake. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay. Well, this is an album. It's songs.
Songs?
Okay.
Songs.
So this is Chaperone. We're going with Pink Pony Club, Hot to Go, and Red Wine Supernova.
Oh, kill Hot to Go. I hate songs where people spell things. That was one of the original reasons I didn't like the album. It's actually, I love the synthesizer, the dun 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 dun. It's almost like Jaws, but it's not quite the right interval. But I do love the music in Hot to Go, but I hate songs where people spell things. I hate them. Pink Pony Club and Red Wine Supernova. I do think Pink Pony Club is just the better songwriting. And since Red Wine Supernova is about fucking anyway, I guess I will fuck with Red Wine Supernova. Canine teeth in the side of my neck. Oh, I love that song.
It's a great song.
Electric City. Are there any Harley runs that are a little more grounded, or is it always just like Looney Tunes? Fair question.
It's pretty Looney Tunes.
It's mostly Looney Tunes, but the Dotson one is like pretty.
The what one?
More the Dotson one. That one's a bit more mobstery than
Dodson and Kessel.
Yeah.
I would say that's a little more grounded. Of the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy one shot is pretty grounded. The Stephanie Phillips run, you do need to know kind of a little bit of what happened in the Joker War. Just a little bit. Maybe you could wiki it because she enters into like the Bat family practically because she was so helpful during the Joker War. But I agree that Riley Rossmo was a very odd choice for those first three trades. But the writing is really solid. So I would say it seems grounded.
But is it like, because I haven't read that one, is it like She-Hulk by Soul? Or is it just...
The reason I like the Stephanie Phillips run as much as I do like it, even though I'm not a big Riley Rossmo fan, is I feel like it gives Harley something very specific to do. I think she works the best when she has a very specific motivation. And so like she does feel like she's supposed to be on her own and she does supposed to feel like she's a good guy. And then she's like gets involved with that villain and she like has that guy that she saves from him and it just feels like she really is a reason to be in every issue. I think sometimes Harley runs And I think when they get annoying for me is it's like, okay, what gag are we going to do this issue? Like, and I start to lose the through line of like, what is Harley trying to do right now? Like, what's motivating her? The reason I like the beginning of this current run by Elliot Kalan is because it really started out with a very specific to Harley motivation. She goes back to her old neighborhood where she grew up in Gotham, and it's been gentrified, and she thinks that it's like pricing out the people, the kind of weird people that she grew up with. And I'm like, oh, that's like a really specific to Harley character motivation. You couldn't really do it for any other Bat characters. It only works for her. But then it's kind of gotten a little bit gag a minute since then, and then my interest starts flagging. So yeah, I like Harley runs when they start with a premise that only can work for Harley, even if it relates to Joker, even if it's about they just broke up or he just was mean to her or whatever. Like, as long as it's very specific to her and it doesn't just feel like it could be a Deadpool book, or it could be like any kind of goofy character book. It could be Gwenpool. It could be, as long as it feels like only Harley could do it, I'm usually interested.
And I feel like Stephanie Phillips also does a deep dive into Harley's psychological issues and how Harley herself is, since she is a licensed psychiatrist, that she actually starts to kind of self-diagnose how she is and why she is the way she is throughout it. That's pretty. I mean, Stephanie Phillips really wrote her in some issues as a very deep, interesting character. So that's what I would recommend Electric City. Bunk, are we already getting hot and heavy? Yeah.
Always when you're here, Bunk.
Yeah, oh yeah. If only Cliff was here, but he's off seeing Superman.
Another man he's enjoying.
Wow. Everybody's catching strays on this show. Cliff, Max, Freddie's got comments about all of them.
No worries.
That's because we're all in the group chat. Freddie, but Freddie, you're not there. So this is the hilarious part. All of these people, we'll get to Sean's comment in a second. All of these people Freddie is making jokes about is the group chat. If you ever hear the Discord noise going off 100 times in Jess's room in one chat, that's because it's the group chat with all of these people on it. And the one person who is critically missing from the group chat is Freddie, because he will not use Discord.
I'm 285 messages behind right now, and I'm just overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my god, I can't go in there.
Oh my goodness. They added me one weekend and they were like, I was so busy. I was like one of those like so stressful, busy, I'm gonna vomit from stress weekends. And I just get invited to this chat and I enter it. And Elon's like, now that you're here, you have to sing a show tune. I'm like, what is this? Why? What are you doing to me? I'm so busy. But then, of course, I came up to my room and got out my guitar and sang like a whole song from Hedwig, because like, what am I not going to take that opportunity? And that's how I was inducted into the group chat.
Elon's amazing. Like a silent joke assassin. He's great. No worries, Sean. Sorry, Jess, I adore you too. I just heard Krisis say it first. No problemo. I get it.
But who loves you more, Sean?
Well,
yeah,
that reminds me.
Who loves you more? Who do you think loves you more, Krisis or me?
Yeah, who, Sean? Choose. Who do you think loves you more? It's not who you love more. It's who loves you more.
I do.
Hammer. Yes, you definitely do. Need to get Lazarus. What are you trying to say there, Fred?
Oh, I have an F, Marry, Kill from Max. This is from Monday. So it was Bright Eyes, Joe Bonamassa, and Kid Rock.
Wait,
that's for me. I can already tell that one's for me. So Bright Eyes is this indie folk musician from the late 90s, early 2000s, who was my stated nemesis, because this child, he's literally the same age as me now. He cannot sing. He just cannot sing. And I was so angry because he was like the indie darling. Everybody liked his records. And I was a performing songwriter at that time. And I also at that time couldn't sing. I now could sing a circle around him. And I was just so angry. I'm like, why does he get to be famous for being bad at singing? And I'm not famous for being bad at singing. He was like another skeletal twink, just like me. And I was so angry. But the thing is, he did write some cool songs. Joe Bonarama, Bossarama, whatever his name is. I don't like blues bores me very, very much. Or Kid Rock, which could occasionally be fun. So I think I'm going to kill Joe Bonarama I'm gonna fuck with Kid Rock just one time and then never tell anyone it happened. And I guess in this instance, I'm gonna marry Bright Eyes, which is a sentence I never thought would come out of my mouth, but only because he's just me, but less attractive and less of a good singer. So like, you know, a lot of couples, you kind of, you know, it's like boyfriend twin, like you get with the person who kind of reminds you of yourself. So at least with Bright Eyes, I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, the Good Valley version.
Oh, I hate you, Max.
Bunk asked a good question, and I think this is more directed towards Krisis, because
Freddie too. Freddie knows these albums, right? Yeah.
No, I don't know Remy actually. Remy Wolf.
Oh, even after my stumping for it for like 2 streams in a row, you still haven't listened to it?
No. In fact, I'm gonna put it on my list now just to make sure.
That's really hard. I mean, these are all for me though. I feel bad because I'm getting ones that are just for me. We got to do ones we can all respond to. Dana had a really good one. I would have to marry Remy Wolf, Big Ideas, because I think that's an all-time classic. I unfortunately would have to kill Dochi's Alligator Bites Never Heal because it's just a mixtape. Like, it has great songs on it, but it's not. It's a mixtape. Like, it doesn't really hang together like a full album. And then I would have one brief final affair with Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess. You know, I guess I would listen to it one at a time. How am I going to put makeup on without blasting Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess? I don't know. I have the makeup application timed to which song comes on. I'm like, okay, we're done with lips now. We've got to move on. So I don't know what I would do without it. But Remy Wolf is the better album.
Okie dokie.
Dochi.
Okie dokie?
Have you not listened yet?
No,
I've been on you about this for like 6 months now.
I watched the Tiny Desk concert.
Oh, that's true. You watched the Tiny Desk. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you haven't listened to the Colbert appearance or like the actual album.
Oh, the Colbert appearance is so good.
I got the gist of it on the Tiny Desk concert.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
But you still haven't listened to any Chaperone, even though we keep sending
I think I've listened to ones. Okay, yeah, I'll cop to that. I need to listen.
Meanwhile, you've become this Sabrina Carpenter super fan. We've been sending you Chaperone links for 12 months now, Jess.
Like full concerts, we just keep sending them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just stumbled upon that video, and it just made me want to listen to everything by her. So. Yes, I will. Whatever Chapel Roan stuff you send to me, I will definitely listen to.
Jess, Batman speed round. Batman by Neil Adams, Batman by Grant Morrison, Batman by Scott Snyder.
Ooh.
Marrying Batman, Neil Adams, killing Grant Morrison, effing Snyder.
Wow. Okay. Choices were made. But because during the course of your marriage, you would strip off those new colors. You wouldn't want to get married to Neil Adams because you would get to see it in its undies, and it would be the original colors and not all that garish bullshit that omnibus is dressed up in.
First night, yeah.
Yeah. So Brian earlier said that he has I don't remember what it was, nephew, cousin that was called Harvey, and sometimes he calls them Harvey Quinn. And there is a Harvey Quinn on the Palmiotti and Connors run, so you should check that out.
Harvey Quinn.
Look at that. I sold them, but hey, you should read them, though.
Lazarus hardcovers are on the Bozo site.
There you go.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Look, if there's any series where I'm completely confident if we cause a run on the titles and it all sells out as a result of us, Lazarus it's that good. This is no, in Crisis currency version of something being good where it's not actually good. It's true. Jess, back me up. Lazarus is that book.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites ever of all time.
It took a DNA test and is 100% that book. That is actually the theme of the book.
Yeah. Totally love it.
Yeah, world building. It's One Piece, Monstrous, Lazarus.
You like Monstrous more than Lazarus?
I do the world building, especially, yeah.
You're a monstrous.
Thank you. That's a compliment, you know. Read by Mark Lou and drawn by Takeda. Thank you.
This one's actually hard. I mean, I'm immediately killing Sting in his solo career.
Right? Like, who needs Sting solo? I mean, the one is good. The one with Fields of Gold is good. And I like Sting solo. He does a beautiful cover of I Saw Three Ships, the holiday song.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
I've
heard that is.
Yeah, but that's an easy kill. Easy kill. I'm with you so far.
Yeah, I think I could listen to more B-52s regularly, so I would definitely marry the B-52s. New Order, after they got past the first couple of releases after Joy Division, after they started getting into Confusion and other weird stuff that I don't know, they just didn't do it for me after those first couple of singles, like Everything Goes Green and some of the other New Order things, Blue Monday, some stuff like that. So I would make out with New Order from 1981 to 1983, or 1980 to 1983, somewhere in there.
That's a hard one for me because I love the B-52s. I mean, that is very formative for me. But I don't know if I want to listen to every B-52s album forever. Some of the production on some of the B-52s albums their choices were made. Whereas New Order, even though they're not nearly as influential on me as B-52s, New Order albums are very fun to listen to on headphones. Like, there's just so much happening. So I can't believe I'm saying this and it's going on the internet forever. But I might only kiss B-52s one last time because I think New Order albums would yield more lifetime satisfaction to listen to forever.
Wow. Okay.
But I love the B-52s. Love the B-52s.
Okay, well, I want to hurt Jess again.
This is the one I've been waiting for. Oh, no. I guess it was that one I saw, and then I saw Dana respond to it, so I was like, oh, we should do that one. But yeah.
It's Irredeemable.
Oh, fuck.
Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Hard Traveling Hero.
Oh.
And Justice.
Oh, you are a monster.
They're not even related to each other. You're just trying to hurt Jess.
Yeah.
I really am.
It's like my 3 favorite books, top 3. Oh my
wow.
goodness. Oh, you are sent from the devil himself.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh gosh. Wow.
Aren't you glad you have friends and fans that know you so well, Jess?
Yeah. As my soul's being frozen solid and smashed with a hammer right now. I guess I'm gonna marry Irredeemable.
Okay.
I will F Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Hard Traveling Heroes.
Right.
And heartbreak to break up with Justice. I love it so much, but I'm gonna have to leave it in a box by the side of the road and drive away.
This is the last year you reread it then?
Yeah, I better reread it really soon.
Wow.
Oh, I actually wrote Juice Dragons. I was writing some of Shoegaze stuff down. I had Lush in there as Shoegaze. But it was actually, it turned into a different format than I thought. But I did have Lush in there and some modern shoegaze. But these are, I think if you throw Lush in there, that those are like the 4 corners of shoegaze. My Bloody Valentine, Slow Dive Ride, and Lush. Those are great choices. Welcome, Derek. Welcome, Joey from Down Under.
Hey, Joey.
Excalibur was an underrated series.
I can't believe that Very Fine just announced that they're going to do an Excalibur Volume 4, that omnibus. That means, think about this. of every one of the 1980s original line of X-Men books, and how we could throw the 1990s books in there as well. Excalibur is now the first series where every issue is collected in oversized hardcover.
Wow.
That's crazy to me. I mean, it's my favorite, so I am into it. But I never thought we would get that Volume 4 Omnibus, especially because they just put out the Epic Collections. I really thought they would wait another year or two. But I think they're kind of like, if we want the orders to be anywhere near where Volume 3 was, we gotta just get it out now, while the people still are fresh. But I cannot believe, never. Think about it, we only got Excalibur Volume 1 in what was that, 2019, 2020? I never in a million years would have guessed that we would have all of Excalibur in oversized hardcover. We are living the dream. My dream, in specific.
Bunk chooses Mary Slowdive. Yeah, Souvlaki's awesome. F, My Bloody Valentine, and Goodbye to Ride. But Dana has something interesting. Kiss, Mary, Kill, Bjork.
That was the one. One.
Okay.
Cure, Kate Bush and The Cure. Yes, we did get to it there. Crushing Krisis. So let's go.
Wait, put it back up so I have the visual. Okay. Oh, wow. I think probably my Mary. I don't know, Jess. I think you gotta marry Kate Bush's her records.
Same.
You can't not have Kate Bush's discography available to you for the rest of time in this equation.
Agree.
But then I have to get rid of either Bjork or The Cure. I will say this. I have many favorite moments from Bjork, but I don't always like whole Bjork albums. And it's been a while since I've liked a whole Bjork album. That a cappella nonsense she did, that was terrible. So I think just pound for pound, if I had to do one last listen to one of their discographies before saying goodbye to it forever, which is what I'm calling a kiss, I think The Cure would be a more satisfying kiss goodbye than Bjork. And so unfortunately, in this instance, I am wiping the Bjork catalog from existence.
Wow.
In my life.
Jess? I'm with you on everything you said.
You
same order, same everything.
Okay. But that's hard because I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But that would be where I'd wind up.
I'd have to switch Bjork and The Cure for me, but Kate Bush,
which I completely appreciate. That Cure album last year, it was like, I don't know that I liked the song so much, but it was like, God, it's just fun to listen to this band. It just really, and I know people feel like that about Bjork too, but just sonically, just to blast it and feel it like shake my whole living room on the subwoofer. It was so satisfying.
Electric City, I don't usually get pre-90s Omnis, but that Green Arrow DC Finest definitely made me just want to break that rule.
Oh, I don't know if they're still available. The question ones, they're really good too.
Bunk taking it personally. I have a lot of respect for Krisis opinions, but it sounds like they're attacking my love of Secret Identity as my favorite soup story, and I will not stand for these attacks.
It's funny, Bunk and I have such an overlap in our Venn diagram where we like go hard, and then the other parts of our Venn diagram circles are so far apart from each other.
Yeah. Superman Adventures for me. The books Jess talked about in his video have my interest. That's good. I appreciate hearing that, Kane.
Yes.
Yarny marrying the Cure. Killing Kate.
Is it
no.
Yarne? I always try to say Jarn. Is it
Yarny. He's never really corrected me, so I'm not sure.
His name has become my official warm-up for the show because I have so many problems with trying to say R's quickly when it's early in the morning. So I just have to like sit in my chair and go Yarn Pauls until it comes out right. And then I'm like, okay, we can go. We can start the show now.
New York. Unique New York.
Yeah. I have trouble with R's and W's sometimes early in the morning before my tongue is warmed up.
It's okay, Bunk. He just prefers the canon story of Lois and Clark.
I'm with you on that last one. Alan Moore Supreme. I hope Rob Liefeld. So I'm having a real Rob Liefeld resurgence lately. And I really hope he gets the rights back to all of his stuff as much as is possible. And I hope Rob Liefeld gets on this compendium game that everybody else is doing. Because let me tell you, if there was a compendium of Supreme, like the first 30, 40 issues of Supreme, that shit was fire. People don't know because there's no way to get it. It doesn't seem like Youngblood was kind of nonsense, but like even Glory, I mean, there were good books, but Supreme, even before Alan Moore got there, Supreme was a good comic book. And people don't know. So much of the stuff is forgotten until it hits collected editions because that brings it back onto digital. And we've even seen that with Marvel. I feel like Excalibur's cachet has gone up so much in the past 5 years because we've been beating that Alan Davis Excalibur drum forever, but that was those of us who had it in like floppies or those classics trades. Now that it's in trade paperback and Epic and it's an omnibus, now everybody's got it and they're like, oh yeah, Excalibur was great, which is not a knock. Anybody can come into the hobby any way they can get into the hobby, but I think it's one of these things, just like with Bronze Age Wonder Woman, like now everybody's starting to get a chance to read Bronze Age Wonder Woman with that new DC Finest, and they're like, holy shit, Wonder Woman was good right before Krisis? And it's like, yeah, but you had no way of knowing that because it has literally never been reprinted or on digital.
I could swear I've seen a con exclusive hardcover of the Red Wing or Red Mass for Mars back in the day, but can't find any evidence of it.
No, there are a few Image books where they did con-only hardcovers. Yeah. Remender did that a few times too, so I would believe that, Harvey Picos goes.
Maybe it was Pax Romana, actually.
Oh, Kane would love to hang out with you too, Peter.
Oh. Next time I come to the United States, 10 or 20 years from now.
I mean, yeah, because you gotta wait. You have a travel warning that just raised to level 2.
Oh yeah, New Zealand is giving level 2. Well, I'm technically not a New Zealand citizen yet, so I could still ignore the travel warning, but soon it will apply to me.
Fantastic Four by Byrne, Man of Steel Byrne, Nextmen by Byrne. That's a good one.
That's funny.
Honestly, I've only read Man of Steel, so I haven't read either of the other two. But that's a great question.
Yeah. KK.
I like Nextmen. I like when somebody does like an indie superhero team. That's like my favorite trope.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would probably have the fun of kissing Nextmen. I would probably marry Fantastic Four by Byrne, as I have in many formats over the years. Man of Steel is fine. I think there's a very interesting Man of Steel dialogue where some people think it's like the best place to start Superman, and some people are like, it's fine. It just speed runs it a little fast for me. Like by issue 3, he's like having a fight with Lex Luthor. Maybe that's the attraction of all these out of continuity Superman origins. Like it's really hard to do his origin right and really get it right. What I thought was really interesting is in the current run of Action Comics, which I'm just catching up on because I'm 4 weeks behind, Mark Waid is now making permanent again that he was Superboy. Like it's canonical again that he was Superboy at age 15. And so I didn't expect that. And so I read the issue. I'm like, whoa, wait, we're making Superboy's official canon? We're looking at the origin of Superboy again in canon? I was like really surprised by that.
That's interesting. Because Wade is doing the new history of the DC universe, right?
Yeah, so he's got some plans.
Yeah, that probably inspired it. But I've only read Fantastic Four, so yeah.
Okay, we're having a big Madonna discussion here.
I found all the Madonna fans.
Wow, yeah. Let's see. Kiss, Marry, Kill, Joker War of Jokes and Riddles, Endgame.
Kill all of them.
Okay, that's it. We've agreed. Mary F. Kill. Book sequels coming out in different sizes. I got it. Getting a damaged book. Stickers on the books you can't remove. That's a good one. Boy, that really, all of those gripe my cookies. Especially, I think the one...
I don't even know how to answer this. Like, the one that we kill, is that the best option? It's
the one that we're going to prevent it from ever happening again, ever in the world.
Okay, if we marry it or if we kill it?
Kill it.
All little paper cuts all over my fingers.
I'll kill book sequels coming out in different sizes because I like a uniform shelf, and I think it just is ridiculous. Like, why would a sequel need a different format? Damaged books are always going to exist. It's just the world. No physical thing is permanently irrevocably undamageable. And then Kiss, I can deal with a sticker every so often. Sometimes I can just find my piece. Sometimes I get out the lighter fluid or the rubbing alcohol and I very carefully tease it off. But I can live with damaged books. Okay. What I can't live with is friggin' Customs has had a big order of mine that I've been wanting to do a haul video for sitting in Customs for 8 days now. Come on. It's making me crazy. They have my Customs number, I paid the fees, everything I did right, and it's just sitting there. Sending them an email right now.
Discord is amazing. Thank you, Kane.
I don't doubt it.
Here's Prime. It's been a while. Hi, everyone. Oh, yeah, been a while, Jess. I voted for Superman Bronze Age and 80s as Most Wanted DC Omnis, 3rd and 4th, respectively, and was disappointed they were not in the top 60.
I was disappointed Rene Montoya wasn't on the top 60 either. I think she was like 98, something like that.
What was?
Rene Montoya Question, I think it was.
Do you guys actually talk or do you type when using Jess's Discord? 99% type. I haven't talked to anybody. Oh. I don't even know how to explain how funny this is. I can't remember who I was trying to say. It was on Omnibros last night. Just thanks for shouting me out last night on Omnibros. Long live Pope Romero. Who was I trying to say? Now I can't even remember this. I was trying to say some character and I called him Pope Romero. What Pope Romero? Who? Or James? James, you'll know. Who was I trying to say when I came up with? Oh, was it? What's his name here? What's this guy's name with the tats on his face, and he's
Post Malone.
Post Malone. That's what I was trying to say because
that's the joke. Who that picture is, right?
Okay, that explains it. Yeah, because I had Oreos that were Selena Gomez Oreos, and I was eating them on the show, and I was saying, yeah, because I couldn't get those Oreos by that what's his name, Pope Romero or something. Really, this guy. That Pope Romero, that you really made my day with that. That is hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, no, we don't talk with our voices at all, Derek. I mean, some people have, but I don't. I haven't seen anybody really.
Okay, we haven't done any punk, so I'm gonna do a.
Oh.
I might not know them. I don't know a lot of punk.
Well, let's see. Descendants, Dead Kennedys,
it's a Disney movie,
and Black Flag.
Oh.
So a Disney movie, various assassinated members of an American political dynasty, and a pirate ship flag. Yeah. That would be what I'd be choosing. I don't know a single song by any of those bands.
Oh, I can completely sing you copyright free one of them by Descendants. No. All no.
All right, Jess.
Oof. I like everything the Dead Kennedys did. I mean, I haven't listened to anything new by any of these groups.
Oh, Descendants is still really amazing.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's right. They're still making albums. And Punk's a huge Descendants fan. I think I could marry the Descendants and take the music of the Dead Kennedys because I loved all that 80s stuff. and marry it, and I'm going to have to let Henry Rollins just sit by the side of the road and write poetry.
Henry Rollins, I'm sure I like him in so many other contexts. I'm sure we could find other uses for Henry Rollins. Unlike Morrissey, who we could get rid of in all other instances and just keep the Smiths, right? It's the total opposite.
Yeah, so Harvey, you and me have the same thing, same choice for that one.
Which is what?
Mary Descendants. Wait, no, I have that wrong.
Wait, was that?
No, he has it flipped actually. I'm sorry. No, you had it Mary Descendants, F with Dead Kennedys, and then leave Black Flag, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same
Same as you.
Okay. Wait.
Dookie.
Krisis, that is the correct answer. Wait, what was that from? Something that Harvey
not
agrees with?
Madonna. I don't know.
Okay. Here's okay. Just let me know. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember loving the Human League. It was awesome.
I love Human League. People only know "Don't You Want Me," but there's Fascination. They have so many other great songs, and they're one of those bands that like you could just get their greatest hits, but actually their albums are good. But I like any kind of male-female band, and I like that particular synth pop period a lot, where people are like really starting to experiment with different synthesizer sounds and take it out of the kind of like prog experimental 70s zone and turn it into like really catchy pop songs. I really enjoy that period.
I agree, 100%. Oh, Smotlock is saying the Verve started out as a shoegaze band. Their first album is Death
Really?
Shoegaze. Probably not urban hymns though. I think I have
did
heard
not know
that
that.
too. Oh, here's Farhan. Hey Jess, hope you guys are doing well. Peace and love from Malaysia. Cheers, Farhan. I haven't heard from you for so long. I was hoping that you were okay. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm so jealous you have fans from Malaysia. I don't think I have any Malaysian fans.
Yeah, actually, I have a couple, but Farhan used to check in regularly the past couple years, but I haven't heard from him in a while. Well, Echo and the Bunnymen is my entire world, killing Depeche Mode and making out with Cure. There we go.
I don't know if I know anything about Echo and the Bunnymen. Should I? Is that a big gap for me?
Well, the first 4 albums to me are the most solid alternative music of the 80s.
Okay,
And
on to the list they go.
Most inventive. Gosh, it's just so interesting, and the music is so. And Ian McCulloch's voice is just absolutely brilliant. The words are amazing. So yeah, the first 4 albums. I don't know how much I love the Lips Like Sugar album, even though his voice is still really good. That was the 5th album, but the first 4 just make up a perfect quadrology or whatever it's called.
I will add them to the list. So yeah, I can't fairly answer that one because I don't know if I know any Echo and the Bunnymen. I think I've always seen their name and I'm like, what genre must that be? Like, are they goofy? Is it Devo? Like,
No,
I've only ever judged them on the name, but a lot of bands in the 80s had weird names. So
I think they would be considered solidly new wave.
People are saying I know this song, "The Killing Moon." I'm gonna play it in my earphones.
Yeah,
So we won't get a copyright strike, but I want to see if I know it.
Kind of hit.
Sometimes there is that one song, and then you hear, and you're like, "Oh, that's how I am with Smith songs." Like I don't know any of them by name, and then I hear the song, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know that song by the Smiths."
Same. Square X or Y. We can do Metallica records if you name them. Otherwise, I don't know. There's too many to pick.
Krisis, I appreciate you giving a shout out to "I Follow the Sun" in your latest video. It's my all-time favorite.
One of my favorite Beatles songs.
And I almost never hear anybody talk about it. It is a brilliant song. I
don't think I know this song, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Killing Moon. It doesn't sound familiar to me at all. I mean, I'm sure I've heard it on the radio before, but yeah, they will be all new to me. They will go on the list for my big music binge that I start after this weekend. I think that the interesting thing about I'll Follow the Sun is the Beatles song is because it's so early Beatles and it's so twee and cute that I think I often, and I think other people too, sometimes assume that it's one of those like classics that they did when they did a lot of the covers on the first albums, but it's Lennon and McCartney writing in the style of those very kind of like 50 cutesy pre-R&B male, English singers. And but no, it's a Beatles original, and I often forget that. I often think it's one of those classics that they did early in their career. Yeah, I love that song. I confuse that in my mind with the there's another sort of cutesy early Beatles song that I really like, and they kind of occupy the same space in my mind. But anyway.
Yeah.
But tomorrow may rain and I'll follow the sun.
Wow, that sounded nice. Nicely done.
Yeah, maybe you should join Max on one of these Beatle Bops.
Good night, Dana. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for your wonderful questions and comments, Dana.
Sparlock and Brian are saying, if you've seen Donnie Darko, you've heard The Killing Moon.
Oh, okay. I do know Donnie Darko.
I was just Belgian Ellen. I was just listening to Thin Lizzy / Phil and Knott. I loved that first solo album Phil and Knott put out back in the 80s. Man, the song about Elvis was just almost made me cry. It was so great. It's pronounced like Yarna. Okay, I think we're pretty close. Yarna. I think Chinatown is one of the most underrated albums of the 80s, and Jailbreak is an all-timer. Those are Thin Lizzy ones. Someone at Customs is reading all your books.
I think they are. I think,
right.
And it's a big. It's the reason it's in Customs is because it was a whole run of something that I've never seen anybody selling all at once. And even though some of it's still around on like IST or whatever, a couple of them were out of print, and it was like such a good deal to get all of them. I'm like, you know what? This is more money than I ever would normally spend on books, but it will take me not only more money to hunt them down one by one with the international shipping, but also the time to like hunt and pack for each. So I was like, I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
But because of the exchange rate that week, it came up like right over the customs line where they like have to ask you questions. Under a certain package value, they don't care. And it was like, if it had been 2 weeks later, it would have been like $5 under and they wouldn't have said anything. But I should have asked for like a $5 coupon. I would have been like, please just give me a $5 coupon so it doesn't qualify for the customs limit on books, please.
I have a trio here for you to choose about.
Okay.
Birds of Prey by Gail Simone, Secret Six by Gail Simone, Suicide Squad by John Ostrander. All group of outcasts and other heroes.
Suicide Squad by Ostrander is the Mary. That's a classic. I can't possibly get rid of it or only enjoy it once. Secret Six by Gail Simone is so disposable, so I guess I'm gonna kill that one. I really think I don't love her Birds of Prey as much as everybody else, but it's like the book that really made Birds of Prey into the Birds of Prey that would last forever, even though Dixon created it and put 50 issues into it. I think Gail Simone is the one that really like cemented like, okay, we're always going to have Birds of Prey. So I think probably I have to kiss Birds of Prey one last time, marry Ostrander Suicide Squad, and be goodbye to Secret Six.
Do you have opinions, Freddie, besides your cute doggy?
I do not. No, I haven't read any of those, I think.
Speaking of punk, Square X or Y is talking about Bad Religion. Yeah.
I almost put that on the list.
Here's Harvey's decision. M. Married descendants. F. Black Flag killed dead Kennedys.
Yes. Okay. Well, I have one that's from long runs, but it will also frustrate you.
Oh.
But they're chosen specifically because they're long. So it's Captain America by Brubaker, Lady Mechanica, and Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh my God! This is a personal attack on me, right?
It is very much.
And he's trying to get me to say something that'll get me canceled, I'm sure.
No, not at all. What about you, Peter? Do you have opinions?
I will dip into Usagi Yojimbo every so often, but I've never read it from the beginning. And his art has declined so much and the lettering is so bad that I just have negative feelings towards all of it right now because the recent ones have been so bad. And I know people are like, it's a classic. I'm like, no, baby. You can find some artist on the market right now who can draw in the style that you used to draw. Don't subject us to this nonsense. And stop lettering yourself. Please, dear Jesus, it's not readable. The fact that he got a lettering Eisner is offensive to letterers. So yeah, I would kill Usagi Yojimbo for 100 reasons. And then I would kiss Lady Mechanica, whatever. I have all of it, but it's not like Grunwald Cap is a classic. I think in this game, generally I want to marry the classics because that's what I did. I put them on my shelf to have forever,
Yeah. No, I said Brubaker, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Brubaker. I thought you said Grunwald.
No.
Oh yeah, for sure marry Brubaker. No question. I'm putting a ring on it. We're going overnight to drive into Vegas where they can just make it happen for me.
I have a weird obsessive unhinged crush on Lady Mechanica, so I'm gonna have to marry her. I can't be without those stories and her. I would make out passionately with Brubaker's America and relive the wonderful weekend I had with it. And
one last tryst to remind you.
Yes.
I can only do one more weekend. I'm married.
And then sadly I would have to let Usagi go. Yeah.
Yeah, Harvey Picard was very offended by that Stan Sakai rant.
Oh, he was?
He put a very big wow.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. Just above it. I think I'm the only one that can play that one from James. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen the first two.
Yeah, so I'd marry
this
Steven
is
Universe.
too painful. This is too painful.
I would F with Buffy, and then I'm sorry, X-Files.
These are literally 3 shows that I rewatch constantly.
Yeah.
There might be my favorite 3 TV shows of all time.
And they're all getting some continuation of reboot. Like Buffy, there's a new Buffy. She's already cast. There's the X-Files by Coogler, and then Steven Universe is getting a Prime series.
Ryan Coogler's
What?
putting up the X-Files?
It's
There's going to be more Steven Universe. Where Jess and I are.
it's technically a spin-off. They haven't said anything. Just they've only released the title image, the logo. So it's Lars in space.
I do love Lars Ube. Donuts. All comes back to donuts.
It does.
Yeah, Jess, we're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to start the X-Files monthly stream with Larry's Library. We're gonna have to fire it up.
Okay, yeah. I just
if Ryan Coogler starts an X-Files series,
yeah,
Larry's Library is gonna make time in his schedule, and we're gonna talk about X-Files.
That I absolutely will make time for that. I had no idea that was in the works. That's super exciting. He's awesome.
This is impossible.
We finally broken somebody.
I can't. Anything I say, I will regret forever. I will. The thing is, X-Files has bad episodes that are very skippable, but the best episodes of X-Files are infinitely rewatchable. Buffy has weak seasons, but I have all of Buffy committed to memory at this point, and if it were to die, which in some ways it has, I would still always have that. Steven Universe is just so fun, and I would watch it with the Kid Krisis one more time. I would watch Steven Universe with Kid Krisis one more time, super binge, and then never see it again. I would keep X-Files because I cannot live without watching Small Potatoes at least one more time in my life. And I am going to, unfortunately, have to kill Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Well, she's coming back, so.
Yeah, she'll come back. There'll just be another Slayer. Well, it'll just be Kendra or Faith. We'll be fine.
No, but have you seen Skeleton Crew, actually? Peter, have you seen Skeleton Crew?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so the main girl from that series is the new Buffy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm being warned, no more vocals without warning. I can only do like 10 seconds at a time because I don't want Jess to get a copyright strike, so.
Once again, Krisis' anti-Gale agenda emerged.
Look, who blocked who? Who blocked who first, Bunk? Show me the receipts. Gale's a great writer. I think, and I've said this many times, it's old hat with me. I think Gale is better when she's way off to the side and nobody's like paying attention to her thing. Not because I don't think she's important or because she's a good writer. She does well with toys that are not established toys that she can break, which I think why it was good that Birds of Prey went to her at that point, because like it had to go, something had to happen. It wasn't going to keep making it on its own. But that's why she's fun in Secret Six. That's why she's fun on Red Sonja. That's why she's fun. Like, I think it's fun when Gale plays with toys that other people have kind of disregarded, because she's got such an inane sense of humor and she has such a funny approach to things that like I think that works. And I think when Gale really, really, really bothers me is when Gale writes like an ongoing beloved character, because she is still a weirdo. And I think that sometimes the weirdo take on the beloved character just does not hit for me.
Did you feel Wonder Woman was a weirdo take?
I've never read her Wonder Woman front to back. I own it in several formats. I've read several, but I've never like just sat down and done all of her Wonder Woman. But of course, her X-Men has caused me to drop X-Men, which I didn't even do during Bendis. So,
wow,
yeah,
because Bendis was fun. Okay.
All right, we know who married him. We remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh dear, you're killing me, Usagi forever. Sorry, Belgian Ellen.
I wanted to ask Max's, or not. You'll see why I said Max. I wanted to ask Freddie this one. But Freddie, I don't know if you have a deep enough relationship with all of these things. So these are comics that became multimedia properties in the 90s.
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Max, and The Mask.
Wait, what was the second one then?
The Max.
Max.
So you don't know The Max.
No,
this is not going to work. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right. I need somebody who's like a couple years older than you to remember The Max being on MTV.
No, but if I could do
We're going to kill The Max, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously gonna have to marry the Turtles.
Yeah. I mean, that's obvious. And you're going to kiss Jim Carrey as The Mask. Mask comic books can be really fun if you've read through them all. Like, he starts out, it's really kind of much more like violent and intense, which all of these were before they got adapted into multimedia properties. But then it gets like it's like a parody, it's like a satirical parody where he's like commenting on like, what would happen if the president wore the mask? What would happen if like what happened? Because the mask brings out everybody's kind of like worst urges and unleashes them in a Loki like, chaos. And so the comic starts playing with like, what if specific people in specific positions of power got the mask, and it becomes a very different thing than just like wacky Jim Carrey version of the character.
Yeah. Plus there's also that kind of plagiarism. No, it wasn't this one. I'm confusing it. Sorry. I was gonna say it was the Freakazoid, but no, Freakazoid plagiarized. Oh gosh, those Dark Horse Library books you have, Jess.
Sorry?
No, I got confused for a second about a plagiarized cartoon from the 90s.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Well, actually, I'm caught up. Doug Mankey is a favorite artist, fantastic artist who started on The Mask.
Yes.
I didn't know that he started on The Mask. I did not put those two and two together.
I haven't finished Strangers in Paradise or Bone, and I never read Supernatural Law. Oh, William Lee not happy. Oh my God, kill Buffy. Can't.
I told you it was the hardest possible thing, but it's also because I could recite the Buffy lore to you. It's so internalized for me that it's like I don't even know if I need to watch it again. I don't know if I know it front to back. I can sing you the whole musical front to back right now. Every single night, the same arrangement. We go out and fight the fight. Like I could just do the whole thing. So do I need to see it again? Do I need to marry it or kiss it? I know it by heart, you know? Like, so that's my excuse. I've got a theory. Anyway.
Pope Romero is locked in for the next 2 weeks. Well, the legend will live on for the next 2 weeks. Thank you, Pope. You can find my esteemed guests' stuff in the description box. There's Krisis's website and Krisis's YouTube channel and Freddie's IG. I have a bit.ly for that, and I'll add it right after this. So I am extremely happy that you could make extra time, Krisis, because usually we only get you for like a couple hours. So this was great that we got you for almost a whole extra hour.
My face hurts from the smiling. No wonder I don't usually stay for 3 hours.
Thank you.
I feel like I need a spa treatment. I'm going to have more wrinkles.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Anything that people laugh about is perfect.
And the game was all Peter's idea as well.
Yeah. And now
I've been advocating for this for a little while now. And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, no, trust me. It's going to be hilarious. And I think this should be a regular feature. I think every episode we should do this for like 10 minutes in the middle.
I totally agree. I completely agree. This should always be a segment. So awesome. Great. A new legend is born. Perfect. I love my guests and I love the chat. Thank you so much, chat, for being here. You're all great and you participated so fun and nicely. And we will sign out right now. And peace and love, peace and love. Please treat people like you want to be treated. And I will play us out. StreamYard did everything weird here. Okay, I will play us out with my theme song. Peace and love.